They do call him Black Jesus.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I will never call him that.
That's disgusting. If you eat,
No.
if you eat Hershey's bar for fun, you like golf balls in your mouth.
Really weird. So, I'm a really simple guy when it comes to women. What is wrong with you?
I ask myself that every day.
I don't know what the hell happened from the series before to the series with the Celtics.
It's my biggest conversation. I hope we go viral with this one.
Princess in the Frog.
You're drunk. You should not be drinking. You should not be drinking this early in the day, bro.
Buddy, I still got 30 minutes. I'll start drinking.
Welcome into your favorite show, your favorite podcast, the Gumball Sports Machine Podcast. This is the place and this is the show in which we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. I centered myself up there for a little bit. Listen, I am your host, Jamal Gumo, aka Gumball. I am rocking out solo dolo for the time being while we wait for the rest of our gracious hosts to join in. Listen, man, there's been a lot of playoff basketball to start this NBA postseason. It's been wonderful, okay? Well, for the most part. I will say there's been a lot of interesting games. Now, a lot of these game twos have evened up the series. The Nuggets, or the Timberwolves even up the series at 1. The Philadelphia 76ers even up their series at 1 against the Boston Celtics earlier today. We'll get a lot more into that. Who else we got right now? The Rockets will be looking to even up that series at 1 apiece. Kevin Durant is playing, he is active, so we'll see how much of an impact he can have with that runner's knee that he's dealing with. The Spurs, they lost Wemby today in the game. I believe he's being evaluated for a concussion. Which means the Portland Trailblazers were able to take advantage of that and take over that spot, which means they have tied up the series at 1 apiece. This is going to be interesting. Again, these first round games are going to be very, very interesting. Now, as I got the Rockets and Lakers game on in the background, they are just about to tip off here in a matter of moments. As you know, LeBron is there hanging out, being his old self. Listen, there's going to be a lot of interesting discussions on some of these teams after this season because the Spurs, obviously, they lost Wemby. The Celtics, I wouldn't be as much worried about them in this series, but because, I mean, the 76ers apparently just couldn't miss from 3 today. So they're going to be all right. I think Philly gets maybe one more. Maybe they pick up one at home in game 3 or 4. But they're missing Embiid, obviously, and they didn't play their best game today. They missed like 33s in the game today, so I don't think that will happen again. But I mean, the best series so far, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, the boys and I on Thursday, I believe that was, or Friday, was the Minnesota and Denver series. I mean, I kind of, Tone got a lot of hate for his take on it, on the Nuggets almost, or he said damn near sweeping the Timberwolves, which obviously will not happen now. That series is tied at 1 apiece. But that series really, really intrigues me because that is going a completely direction that I did not think it would go in. I mean, when you look at that series, Jokic was horrible in the first half. I mean, maybe he wasn't horrible, but he was quiet in the first half of that game too. He did not do much, and then he decided to turn it on in the second half, and he scored 19 points in the second half, 16 of those in the third quarter. At the end of that game, Jokic made a really, really odd play. Hey, Jesse, you know what? Nah, hey, Jesse, hey, I may be late. Okay, I may be late. Stomach has been kicking a little bit. I had to make sure that I was ready for the show. We wouldn't have to get distracted, if you know what I mean. Drop some kids off at the pool. You picking up what I'm putting down. You know what? Why don't you come on here? Why don't you come on here and talk about how terrible Giannis is at basketball? I like them apples, huh? Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by a Giannis meat writer. I love you, Jesse. Yeah, I mean the play at the end of that game was really Jokic has probably the best touch in the NBA, and he I don't even know if I could put that on here. I don't will I get like thrown in prison for even putting that on a YouTube stream? Bro was putting stuff. Okay, all right, hold on. Bro was putting stuff down at a pool with kid. No, that's not what was happening. That's not. What does that even mean? What does that mean? No, who do you have? You don't have nobody. You have nothing. You have nothing. Now, no, I was gonna make a joke. That might sound too serious. No, I'm okay. FBI, please don't come and take me away. That would be very, very upsetting. I wouldn't do well in jail. I've a big behind. All right, no, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Oh man, KD does not look great. He might have just hurt himself again, but to start off the game. But Jokic, at the end of that game, he cannot pass that ball. Nikola Jokic cannot pass that ball. That has to be his shot. That has to be his shot. Jesse. Jesse. Hey, Boston did lose, and Tone hopefully should be here in a little bit because oh boy, he was Jess. We got a little side chat. He was talking in the chat saying that this was too easy for the Celtics. He was worried because he thought the Sixers were too easy as they come out and shock them in game 2. Yeah, I mean that Nuggets and Timberwolves series is very, very intriguing to me. Because and Jaden Daniels obviously said he came out and said that all the Nuggets are bad defenders, all of them. Brandon, who is it? Why am I blanking? Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, Cam Johnson, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Tim Hardaway Jr., Aaron Gordon. He said everybody, all of them are bad defenders, and I mean it's hard to argue with them after game 2. I mean they kind of got whatever they wanted to. After game 2, and that would help them lead them to a win. Anthony Edwards was fantastic in that game. Dante DiVincenzo couldn't miss at the end of that game. But yeah, they came out and they tied the series. Jesse, imagine losing. Well, I don't have to imagine that. I experienced that in the first playing game, which we should be playing the Spurs right now. The Suns should be playing the Spurs, but the Suns were dumb and lost to the Blazers. And yeah, listen, I'm going to be honest. I thought the Wolves would get one game, maybe fight for another. I think this Nuggets team was way too good to the fact that, I mean, you have Nikola Jokic, who Jess obviously just mentioned, put Gobert in the rim. He put Rudy Gobert in the rim. And when I see Jokic doing that stuff like that, oh, it's in trouble. The other whoever they're playing is in trouble. And obviously that wasn't the case. The Nuggets ended up coming away with a dub to tie. Or I'm sorry, the Timberwolves ended up coming away with the dub and tying the series at 1, going back to Minnesota. That series is really intriguing. I said the other day, the Orlando Magic, I think, have a great chance against the Detroit Pistons. I really do. I think they match up very well with them. I think defensively, the Magic are really, really good. They got a lot of length. They got a lot of guys who can score the basketball. They have Paolo Banchero. They have Desmond Bane. They have Franz Wagner. They have a bunch of guys who can score the basketball. The problem with the Pistons is they have one guy who consistently scores the basketball, and that's it. They continuously rely on him to do all of the scoring, all of the playmaking, all of the assisting, and that's just not how you get success in the playoffs. It's just not. And because of that, I think the Pistons are going to lose this series. I think the Pistons are going to lose the series to the Magic in 7 games because I think Cade Cunningham is going to run out of gas. I think he only has so much in the tank, especially coming off a collapsed lung, that can only carry them so far, especially when you're going up against a team like the Magic who have 3 guys who can go get you 30 on any given night, and they have hounding defenders like Jalen Suggs that will put pressure on the ball every single night. I just don't think the Pistons have enough to go out and beat the Orlando Magic, an 8 seed, and the Pistons have the 1 seed. Now, if I'm wrong, I will have no problem coming on here and saying that I'm wrong and that I look stupid and, I shouldn't have never said whatever it is. But that is just what I believe. I don't think the Pistons have enough to keep up with the Orlando Magic. As crazy as that sounds, I don't think they have enough to keep up with the Magic. So I do think the Magic will win that series in 7 games. And then let's see. The Hawks also tied up their series yesterday. CJ McCollum went absolutely nuts. He had 32 points, missed 2 crucial free throws at the end, which gave them a chance to come back and win the game, which was insane. After the game that CJ McCollum had, I thought that he would make those 2 free throws and clinch the game. That's not what happened. Mikal Bridges, I think he had an opportunity to go to the rim. Obviously took the step back mid-range jumper, did not go in, which that means the series is tied up at 1 apiece now going back to Atlanta. The Knicks, I think they're going to be okay. The Hawks team is scrappy. They fight. They are, they get down. They're willing to do the little things to win them a basketball game. They did that yesterday, and again, forced a 1-1 series tie. Going back to Atlanta, they stole one in New York, and now they're going back to Atlanta with home court advantage for the series. And then this is all right. Well, I don't really want to. All right, that was the series. That was the other series that, of course, I got to talk about. Man, my Phoenix Suns got absolutely embarrassed by the Oklahoma City Thunder on Sunday afternoon. As much as I would like to say the Phoenix Suns have some sort of fighting chance to even win 2 games in this series, let alone 1 game, I just don't think that's the case. I mean, if I was a betting man, I would bet on the Suns getting swept. I would bet on the Suns losing in 4 games. The Thunder just outpower them. They just outpower the Suns. They are bigger, they are faster, they are stronger, they are more talented, they are more skilled. They just outweigh the Suns in every possibility that you can possibly think of. And because of that, I think they're going to sweep the Suns. As much as I would like to say they get a game, the defense that Oklahoma City Thunder were playing the other day in game 1 was absolutely ridiculous. Devin Booker took 17 shots, 16 of them were contested, and the one that wasn't contested was a wide open fast break dunk. The other 16 that he shot were all contested. That's how hounding this Oklahoma City Thunder defense is. When you have defenders like Kyson Wallace, like Alex Caruso, like Lou Dort, like Aaron Wiggins, like all these guys who can go out there and guard the perimeter and just absolutely wreak havoc, cause problems for guys like Devin Booker and Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks and Colin Gillespie, all of which can score the basketball, I don't think you have a chance, especially when they have a guy like SGA. Now, SGA didn't even play that well. SGA shot like 5 for 18. Of course, he shot 17 free throws, but he shot like 5 for 18. He didn't even have that good of a game, and they still won by more than 30 points. This series was over before it started. And I think the Suns' chances at winning a playoff series went with their loss to the Portland Trailblazers, who won today against the San Antonio Spurs. That's what it was. And because of that, the series is over, if you ask me. I am the biggest Suns fan in the world, but I also understand that I'm real. And I understand that the Oklahoma City Thunder are a juggernaut. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the 1 or 2 best teams in the entire association in the playoffs. In the other team, I talk about Boston. I think Boston is really, really good. Again, they lost today. I think they'll be fine. I don't think that they should be worried. But I think they're the 1 or 2, wherever you have them, in terms of the best teams in the league. And they showed it yesterday. They flexed their muscles. They turned the Suns over. They got out in transition. They destroyed the Suns defensively. They got to the basket. They pounded them in the paint. Like it's not a pretty sight for the Suns matchup against the Oklahoma City Thunder. It sucks. And I'm happy that they made the playoffs because they're not supposed to be here. But if they go out like this, I mean, at least make them stress a little bit. Like, make one of these games close, make it come down to the wire. but you can't get beat by 30 all 4 games. You cannot let that happen. If you let that happen, I'm not saying, this season was a waste because there was a lot of good things to come out of this season, but you have to be competitive in at least one of these games. All right. Okay. First of all, I don't know if Dylan Brooks is letting anybody hit that what you're talking about there, Jesse. Dylan Brooks doesn't seem the one to puff pass. He's more the puff and then I'll puff again. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of him. And he said I'd rather not be in the playoffs than play OKC in the first round. Well, I guess Milwaukee Giannis and Milwaukee Bucks won't get to choose. They're out. Just thought I'd say that, put that out there. Also, has anybody else seen these Giannis to the Suns rumors? I've seen him. And I kind of like him. Hey, you know what, Dylan Brooks? It was fun having you, man. It was fun having you, brother. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you find a place to live in Milwaukee. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know, and Giannis posted on his social media. He said that, something about a phoenix rising from the ashes. That sounds pretty good to me. That sounds pretty good to me. Because I think after the Suns will be after this series against Oklahoma City Thunder, I think the Phoenix Suns will be in the ashes. And so that Phoenix will need someone to rise them and pick them up above the ashes. Why can't that be Giannis Antetokounmpo? I like the way that sounds. Huh. Hold on. Giannis and Booker. Sounds perfect. Oh. Look at that. I think that'd be a great idea. I think Giannis should absolutely come to Phoenix, get him a nice little house in Scottsdale, and come win a ring with the Phoenix Suns. Come get Devin Booker a ring so he doesn't end up like Chris Paul or Carmelo Anthony or Jimmy Butler or one of these guys who don't have rings. So Giannis, if you don't mind, if you could just come on over. Listen, I'll put in on the house. I'll put in 200 cents. I gave you 200 cents. I'll put in on the house for you, Giannis. But you won't have to pay it all. You won't have to pay it all. I give you $2, aka 200 cents. But if there's a real possibility that Giannis could come to the Phoenix Suns, I think that opportunity should be explored by the Phoenix Suns. Now, if you have the assets to go get him, again, explore it. If you don't have the assets to go get him, well, that kind of nixes the conversation before it gets started, unfortunately. So I would love to see Giannis in a Phoenix Suns uniform some way, somehow. But that would be crazy. Though he beat them in the final, then goes to that's the type of person Giannis is. That's the type of person. Giannis is a caring, loving person. He understands. You know what? I hurt those Phoenix Suns fans. I hurt them. Hurt them real bad emotionally, mentally, physically. I'm going to go back there and I'm going to help them. And we're going to get it through it together. It might take a year or two, but we're going to win a ring. And me and Devin Booker will have the keys to Phoenix. We'll never have to pay for another meal in Phoenix. Everything will be okay. You know what I'm saying? That's how things like that work. So I listen. If Giannis wants to come here and be the Phoenix, aka the Phoenix Suns, and help them rise from the ashes, be my guest, brother. I told you I'll put in on the house. I got about 200 cents for you, brother. I'll be a male nanny. You know what I'm saying? I'll be a nanny. You need somebody to watch your kids? You call me. Call Uncle Maul, Uncle Gumball. You come here, yo. I need my kids to be watched. As long as you go get me a ring, I'll do whatever you need me to do. Whatever you need me to do. Oh. All right. Okay. Maybe not anything. I wouldn't, Jesse would probably do anything for Giannis. I don't know if I would do anything. I don't know if I would, it's 2026. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe just not me. Now, this is a great question. I am kind of yapping a little bit. I was talking about the other series. Lakers and Houston. Right now, I do believe the Rockets are up there in commercial break right now. I do believe the Rockets are up on the Lakers by 3 points. Again, Kevin Durant is back. He's looked good so far. I think he already has 5, maybe 7 points. Because I think that's going to be the thing for the Rockets. I think, actually, no, I don't think it is going to be the case for the Rockets, because if they don't have Kevin Durant, their number one scorer, they're not going to be able to score the basketball very well. And you saw that in game 1. You saw the inefficiency of them in game 1. You saw the inability of them to score in game 1, whether it was Alperen Şengün, who was horrible in game 1. Amen Thompson was not very good. I mean, they don't have anybody that could go get you a bucket if everything is going wrong. If the Lakers are making a run, they don't have anybody for them to go get a bucket and make something happen. Like, Kevin Durant is that guy, and without that guy, it's done. You can't score the basketball, and you saw that in game 1. And I think now that they have Kevin Durant, now that they have their guy, I think it'll be a lot easier for them to hopefully be more efficient and more effective on the offensive side of the ball, because they're going to be able to get stops. The Rockets are very, very good defensively. They're going to be able to get stops, especially playing a team without Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. But you're going to have to score the ball after those stops. Like, every possession isn't going to be a fast break. You're going to have to be able to score in the half court. And so far, the Rockets haven't been able to do that without Kevin Durant. Now they have Kevin Durant. Now you have a little bit more half-court offense. Now you have, again, in my opinion, the second greatest scorer of all time on your side for you to go get a bucket. And they're looking okay right now. It's tied at 24 with about 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Now, let's bring in the first member of our team. Well, I guess the second member, because I don't know how that works. But he is David Largo, D-Lo, a.k.a. co-host D-Lo, a.k.a. Flip Say Less, has arrived. D-Lo, how are you feeling, brother?
Your mom.
That's how you're feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Is your mom around? Just want to say hi. I haven't seen her in a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just want to say hi. Why is that such a bad thing?
Based off that stupid smirk you got on your face.
What? Hi, D-Lo.
What's that, man?
Okay, D-Lo, what game you want to talk about first? I've kind of touched on all of them. I touched on the 76ers losing to.
Are we touching?
All right. Well, you know what? Just for that, Jesse, go ahead and get him. Get him, Jess. Get him.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Not wrong at all. You know what I mean?
D-Lo, okay. What?
Censored
what?
word. Can't say that word on the pod. We're live.
What word?
I can't say that word.
Which word?
The word.
What does that word begin with there, D-Lo?
N.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, I guess honesty is the best policy. All right. All right, hold on. This light is bright, D-Lo.
All right, about to get canceled on the first minute of joining the pod. Here we go.
Yeah, you haven't joined for more than 90 seconds.
About to get canceled.
I know that's
It's
Jesse's
fine.
favorite word.
And
Jesse loves that word.
Oh, does he?
Oh man. All right, listen. Jesse's a very, very intelligent man. Okay, so the only thing is he doesn't know when to use it and when not to use it. Okay, and I talk about that in my book. It's called yeah, I wrote a book. It's called when and not to use the N word. All right, I didn't write a book, Elo. I lied.
Yeah,
but
I know. I know you.
All right. Okay. Well, I was hoping we didn't have to point that out, but it's okay.
It's fine.
It's all right, D'Lo.
Fine.
Okay, D'Lo. I kind of I spoke a little bit about most of the game so far, but D'Lo, we could probably start with the games today. Philadelphia and Boston. Philly obviously came out hot. They came out hitting their shots. Jason Tatum also kind of came out hot in the beginning, and then Philly just couldn't miss a three. They were hitting threes. Tyrese Maxey in the fourth quarter was amazing. He took that game over completely in the fourth quarter. Paul George had it going early in the first quarter, and with them kind of combining to do that at two separate parts of the game, kind of led them to beating Boston and taking game 2 in Boston and securing home court advantage for them now. So, D'Lo, your thoughts on the 76ers beating the Celtics and tying that series at 1 apiece?
Man, I'm really just happy that we get to say something to Tone for once, because I'm getting sick of that. You know what I mean?
That was key.
And,
Yeah,
and
that
it
was
was.
yeah.
And it
Absolutely.
was. The worst part about this is that I didn't get to watch this game because I was at work. But just based from what I've seen, and then looking not just at box score, but also game 1 that I watched, this matchup is like, I kind of like it. And going back to Tone's message in our group chat, he said that this series wasn't a good matchup for them because it wasn't challenging enough. And I'm gonna put that out there live on a pod just so that way everyone knows what he said. Because then they go out and put up a stinker in the fourth quarter. Is it what game was tied at 89, and then they went on a 10-0 run and they just didn't give anything up after that?
Couldn't come back from the 10-0 run.
And when you think about it, it wasn't just missed shots. I mean, there were a couple turnovers. JT had a couple of turnovers, and I mean, from that point, they couldn't get anything going. Um, Jalen Brown had what, 30 something, but
Yeah.
outside of that, like, there was just nothing going for them. So obviously, you have VJ Edgecombe and Maxey who kind of went in that fourth quarter, and kind of sealed the game away. And that's what they needed JT and JB to do, and they just couldn't get it done. So I think this series is a lot more interesting than a lot of people think. I think Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe are enough to get you a game or two. And it would be a lot more competitive if Embiid was playing. So it's unfortunate that he's not, but that's how the game goes with Joel Embiid. So I still expect Boston to come out and win this series. I don't think they give up another game, just because I don't think they have the little mistakes like this again. I also don't think they shoot as bad as they did today.
No, I was kind of talking a little bit about it before. It's a good win for Philly. It's a good win for Philly. Your stars came out. They played well. Tyrese Maxey, again, just absolutely stood out today. He made some huge plays down the stretch in that fourth quarter. The 6-0 run that he went by himself, came back and hit, 2 back-to-back threes he hit in the fourth quarter. VJ Edgecombe was huge. He had 30 points, went 6 of 10 from 3, shot the ball supremely well. Again, Paul George got going in that first quarter a little bit, kind of kept him in the game. But it's going to have to be a full team effort if Joel Embiid will not play in the series. And it's going to have to continuously be a full team effort if they don't see Joel Embiid in the series. Because if Tyrese Maxey doesn't show up, if VJ Edgecombe doesn't show up, if Paul George doesn't show up, if any one of those guys don't show up, they will lose to the Boston Celtics. That's what it is. They will lose to the Boston Celtics. This has to be a full team effort, night in and night out, every single game of the series, or else this series will be over in 5. That will be the last game that they win. I don't care if it's in Philly or if it's in Boston. if every single guy that touches the floor for the 76ers does not show up, or if every single guy on the 76ers shows up, they have a chance to win. But if even one guy doesn't show up for this team, D'Lo, it's over. It's over because of how deep this Boston Celtics team is. I mean, you look at their team. I mean, they went deep, man. They went 9 deep. I mean, I guess the Sixers kind of went 9 deep as well. But like they went 9-10 deep. Like they have a lot of guys who can have an impact. The Celtics do. So, I mean, Jaylen Brown was fantastic. He had 36, 5 of 12 from 3. Jason Tatum, he cannot get it going from 3, D'Lo. Jason Tatum cannot get that 3-point to fall. I mean, even watching today, he got a few. He hit his first one, and then he hit another one about halfway through the third quarter to actually tie the game. But after that, he couldn't hit anything. D'Lo, Jason Tatum's 3 ball is going to have to start coming along soon, or else they might be in trouble if they can't consistently hit the 3.
Yeah, and it's tough, man, because again, he's coming off the Achilles. He hasn't played ball all year, and so we kind of expected this, and that's why I know you in particular were so against him coming back this year because you figured he wouldn't have enough time to ramp up.
Yeah.
And part of that is you're kind of starting to see. He's played about as well as you could really hope him to play, but come playoff time, it's a different game, right? And so you need you need everything. And if you're Jason Tatum in particular, you're relied on for that 3 level scoring. And the third level of that scoring just isn't there yet. And so he's got to find a way to shoot the ball better. Because JB can only carry you so far, right? I don't think that JB alone can get you a finals appearance. He can get you past the first round, second round, but then you're playing the other best team in the East. Is that are you really going to beat the other best team in the East if one guy is performing?
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. So he's got to find a way to get it going.
He does because right now, and this is another conversation we've had kind of since Jason Tatum has come back. Jaylen Brown looks like the number 1 option, as he should. I mean, he's had this team in the palm of his hand the entire year, and obviously Jason Tatum coming back for the last 15 games or whatever it was of the season. He's starting to get ramped up. He's trying to get comfortable. He doesn't look too comfortable to me, D'Lo, right now. At least scoring the ball. He does not look very comfortable. I mean, he had a great all-around game when you look at his stats. He had 19 points. He didn't shoot horrible from the field. He shot really badly from 3. He had 14 rebounds. He had 9 assists. He had a near triple-double. But it just doesn't. Something looks off with him offensively, D'Lo. He doesn't like. It looks like mentally he's still like, oh, okay. I don't want to go too hard, or else I don't want to. What if it happens again? Or what if I think he's still struggling mentally with getting past that hurdle of coming off that torn Achilles. But I mean, the Celtics also, they shot horribly from 3. They shot 13 of 50 from 3. How often is that going to happen? Like that's that.
Sam Hauser for real.
Say Sam Hauser couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He shot 2 for 8. Derek White couldn't throw it in the ocean from a boat. He shot 2 of 10. Like, this team could not shoot the ball tonight, and this was the perfect opportunity for the 76ers to tie this game and get a win because of how poorly the Celtics shot the ball, and they took advantage of it. And they ended up tying this series, and they're going back to Philly with home court advantage. So, hopefully Philly can go ahead and take over. Because I'm kind of like not rooting against the Celtics, but if they would,
I am.
Yeah. All right.
I'm a Heat nation for life. You know what I mean? So, F the C's for real.
That's true. I can't be mad at that. D'Lo, the other series I was kind of talking about a little bit before was the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons.
What a great game that was, too.
That was a fantastic game. The Magic beat the Pistons in game 1 in Detroit. Again, the Magic an 8 seed, the Pistons a 1 seed. Cade Cunningham coming off the collapsed lung. He played the last few games of the regular series to try and get his no pun intended, get his lungs back, get his stamina back. And he's looked okay. He's had his moments, and he had almost 40 points in game one. D'Lo, your thoughts on game one and really just the series as a whole between the Magic and the Detroit Pistons?
Yeah, and this kind of highlights the fundamental problem with Detroit um, coming into the trade deadline in particular, where we thought that they would make a move, is that they don't have a second shot creator, or even scorer for that matter. Obviously, uh, Jalen Duren was an all star this year, and he is really the anchor to that team, but you don't rely on him to generate offense for you. He kind of feeds off of Cade in terms of his offensive production. And so you don't really have a second scorer. I mean, when you look at their starting lineup, obviously you have Duncan Robinson, but he's not creating anything. He's, off ball. Maybe you draw up a play for him, but he kind of gets targeted during playoff time because you know what he wants to do. You known all season what he wants to do. He wants to shoot the three ball. And now they're gonna take that away. Duran, like I mentioned, is feeding off of Cade. Um, Thompson twins. Neither of them really can shoot the ball. It's unfortunate, but Asar, along with the men, they both can't shoot the ball. So you're relying on Tobias Harris to be your second leading like shot creator. And if that's what you're relying on, you're just not gonna go very far. So I know me in particular, I was looking for them to make a move at the deadline and pick up a second scorer. I know Laurie Markkinen's name was thrown in there quite a bit because the Jazz were, they were awful. Um, but there were other names that were in that category that we thought that maybe they could go out and get just to have another guy that can create a shot on his own, who can score the ball. So I think that's just a fundamental problem with the Pistons. This series will be a lot closer than, and I said that when we were talking during that Suns live of, what first round series were you most looking forward to, and I said it was this one. This one to me just looked the most appealing on paper, not just because I wanted to see how the Pistons would perform come playoff time, but because we were so high on the Magic coming into the season, and then they kind of underperformed clearly because they're the 8 seed.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they're a true 8 seed. Kind of like Miami was a few years ago when they went on their run. Like they're better than an 8 seed. Talent wise, they're better than an 8 seed. And we saw it. I mean, Paolo was a difference maker on both ends of the floor, particularly when it came to playmaking. I like that Paolo was confident, he was assertive with his decision making, and he shot efficient from the field. I mean, 8 for 15, 2 for 4 from three. Didn't have a whole lot of points, but he didn't need it, right? Because you have Wendell Carter giving you 17 points on 8 of 9 from the field. Like that'll get it done.
Yeah.
Franz Wagner is 7 of 13 for 19 points. Like if you have that stack up, like that's just gonna win you games. I guess the only thing that really bothered me was Jalen Suggs took more shots than Paulo, which that kind of bothered me a bit because I kind of just like Suggs in that 3 and D kind of role rather than a go out and
Shot chucker.
score,
Yeah.
because he shot 10 threes. And he
That's a
only made
lot.
3 of them. And same with Desmond and Bain. He's got to shoot better too. He shot 1 for 8 from the 3 point line. So I still think that they have areas to improve, and they still won the game. So it's going to be interesting to see going into tomorrow how Detroit bounces back, because obviously Cade had a really good game. I mean, 39, 13 to 27. So he was efficient while doing it. 3 for 8 from the 3-point line isn't terrible, but he just didn't have any help. He didn't have a second scorer. I mean, when your second leading scorer is Tobias Harris at 17 and then no other player has double digits, you're not going to win games.
Yeah. And you know, and Dylan, when we were previewing these series, it's a reason why I took the Magic, and it's a reason why I took them in 7 games. Cade Cunningham is going to be able to win this team a few games. Now, it probably should have been the other night in game 1. That wasn't the case, obviously. I mean, you mentioned it, 39 points. And nobody else other than Tobias Harris had more than 10. Like, especially again, Cade Cunningham is coming off the collapsed lung, so he's still trying to get his stamina back, get his energy back, trying to get back to where he was before the collapsed lung, before he suffered it. And it looks like he's kind of gotten back to it. The problem is everybody else looks like they haven't, and they've been playing. And I just think Cade Cunningham is going to run out of gas because they're telling. I mean, he has to do everything. He has to score. He has to play make. He has to. I mean, offensively, he has to do everything. It seems like for this basketball team. Now they have defenders, so he doesn't. Hopefully, he doesn't have to do too much defensively. You know, you leave that to Asar Thompson, you leave that to Jalen Duren, and guys like that. But offensively, it seems like he has to do everything. And for that reason, I think he's going to run out of gas. I mean, and it kind of seems like the Orlando Magic are giving Cade Cunningham the Nikola Jokic treatment. And when I say that, I mean, okay, go score. Go, if you want to score 30, go score 30. If you want to score 40, go score 40. But we're going to take everybody else away because we know you can't score 100 points. We're going to make somebody else beat us.
Yeah, you're not Bam Adebayo.
Yeah. Well, there you go. He didn't score 100 points. Yeah. You know what? He did score
80.
He did score 80. He's second all time. That's still insane.
Just saying. Gotta sneak my boys in somewhere.
No, you got to. You know, I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? My dog D.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's the kind of treatment that they're gonna give him. Jamal Mosley's looking at the Detroit Pistons. You say, hey, they got Cade Cunningham. He's nice. MVP candidate, one of the best players in the Eastern Conference. Let him go get his. Go get his. Who's gonna go along with you? Who are you taking along with you? Is there anybody that you could take along with you? Then go get your 40. Go get your 40 and I'll live. If Duncan Robinson goes off for 30 points, hey, you got it. I'll shake your hand and tell you that you beat us. But until somebody can prove that they can come along with Cade Cunningham and score at the level or near the level that he can and put up 20, 25 points to try and help him out, my goal is to stop everybody else and let Cade Cunningham do whatever he wants. And the other number that stood out to me, D-Lo, 4 assists. Cade Cunningham had 4 assists. Again, emphasis on let Cade Cunningham get whatever he wants. Let him get whatever he wants, but take everybody else away. Once you do that, you're golden. And that's what the Magic did. Again, on the road in Detroit.
And he averaged 10 on the season. So him having 4, he halved his assist count.
Yep.
And this is where I think that they were so competitive last year against the Knicks in that series. They had Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley. Both of them can create a shot if Cade needed them to. They don't have that this year.
And it's showing. It's showing. I mean, I thought Dennis Jenkins was kind of I thought he was a standout rookie this year. I think he played really, really well in the regular season. He did not play well in game 1. He shot 1 for 7 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. He was a -11 in the plus-minus category. He was not very good. Karis LeVert played 4 minutes.
That's where I thought that they were going to go to. I thought they were going to give the ball to Karis LeVert and have him run the offense when Cade went to the bench.
Yeah.
Realistically, to me, he is probably their second best, like, just not ISO scorer, but like just scorer in general.
He has not shown it. Like, and the funny thing is, We've seen it in previous years. We saw it with Cleveland. We saw it with Brooklyn. Like we saw Karis LeVert can go out and get you a bucket if you needed to. He played 4 minutes last night or the other night, D'Lo.
Yeah.
He played 4
And
minutes.
and part of that is just because of the identity that they've built. They want to be a defensive team, and Karras just doesn't fit that.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason that Duncan gets as much run as he does is because of the level of 3-point shooter that he is.
Yeah.
If he wasn't the 3-point specialist that he was, I don't think that he would be on the floor.
No. He has no other, there's nothing else that he's good at. He is one of the best shooters in the NBA. That's why he's on the floor. He's not a good defender. He cannot handle the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's not a big. He's not, he's not some ultimate rebounder that just gets a bunch of rebounds. He is on the floor to shoot the basketball. And if he doesn't do that, come sit next to coach. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things.
Yeah. And I'm worried about the Pistons. I don't know if I'm worried about them this round. I still stand by my statement in saying that they'll come out of this. And I think I said 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But I'm worried for when they face a team like Boston, or they have to face a team like Cleveland, where they just can't outscore the other team. I'm worried about it with them.
Yeah. Because if they are going to make it far in these NBA playoffs, they're going to have to score the basketball. They can defend as much as they want to, but if you don't put the basketball in the rim, in the hoop, you will lose. You will lose. And they can't have one guy that can do that. They have to have somebody come along with them. And if they don't have that guy, this will be a very, very short-lived playoff run for the Detroit Pistons. All right, D-Lo, let's stick in the East. The Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks took over last night in MSG in Madison Square Garden against the New York Knicks. CJ McCollum was absolutely fantastic. He had 32 points, made some big shots towards the end of that game in the fourth quarter. He was really, really good. Now, he missed 2 free throws at the end that probably would have sealed the game. He got lucky. Mikal Bridges, got the rebound, took it down the court. I said earlier, I thought Mikal Bridges had a layup, but he ended up taking a step back mid-range jumper that obviously did miss. And so they will be going back to Atlanta with a 1-1 series tie in this first round matchup. What stood out to you the most in this? What has stood out to you the most in this series so far, D'Lo? Is it CJ McCollum, or is it the lack of scoring ability that the Knicks had last night? I mean, they only scored 106 points in game 2. What stood out to you the most so far in this series between the Atlanta Hawks and New York Knicks?
CJ. Funny enough, it is. I came out here thinking that Jalen Johnson would be leading this team, as many should have assumed, and it's just it's not, and it's CJ. It is an old man CJ who is leading this Hawks team. And it kind of makes sense in a way. A lot of these other guys, they just don't have the playoff experience. Obviously, Nickeil Alexander-Walker was in it with the Wolves when he was there. You have Jonathan Kuminga, who was with the Warriors for a few years, so he's got some playoff experience. But other than that, this team is just young, right? And so CJ having that experience just is kind of taking the reins a little bit, and I don't mind it because they're staying competitive. Obviously, they ended up losing by 11 in that game 1, but that game was also closer than I thought it would be. I mean, it's also probably closer than the score would indicate. And then obviously you saw what CJ did in game 2. They played as just one cohesive unit, and I think that's why it was such a shock to see them at the 6th seed instead of in the play-in, because it's like they don't have a standout guy wow, that guy's the superstar, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Jalen Johnson was an all-star this year, and he is their best player, good two-way player. but they don't have that superstar level player. They kind of just play really well as a unit. They're good defensively. They've found how to shoot the ball recently, which is like really crazy because they don't have like a specialized shooter on this team. Um, and they're just fun to watch. They're just really fun to watch.
They are.
As for the Knicks, I mean, I don't know what you do. Um, they're just I don't even know. They're kind of in a purgatory. That's kind of where they're at. They spent a lot of asset getting OG and Mikhail, and it's just not working with the two of them. Um, Mikhail in specific, you gave up what 4 first round draft picks for him,
A bunch. D-Lo. Ugh.
and he gives you 10 points on 3 of 10 shooting. Like I understand Brunson is your main guy, but he's got to give you more than 10, right?
Yeah.
Um, and the other thing is that Cat sort of lost his aggressiveness. I mean, he was 8 for 12, 2 of 5 from three isn't bad. And he only had 18. Like he's got to be more aggressive. You're shooting what 66% from the field. Go get a bucket, you know. So I don't know. They just don't mesh from what it seems, and I don't know what it is. Um, they looked more confident last year with Tibbs,
They
and
did.
maybe it's the coach. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's up with the Knicks. They just don't look right.
Yeah, there looks like there's something off. And real quick, couple things before I go ahead and take off on my second favorite team, the New York Knicks.
Shout out to my favorite person, BDF Holiday. Yeah, I
That
knew
is
you were gonna bring that up.
the single greatest person that's ever stepped on this earth is John Holiday.
Yeah, and you want to talk about aura?
Unlimited.
And he's got it.
Oh, he's got it, brother. Like, dude, he comes to practice. We go to practice. We coach our youth team, and I'm just kind of like in awe of like, oh my god, like, am I really?
Yeah, he walks in the gym and you're like, yeah.
And like, it seems like there's
Holiday
a spotlight.
walked in.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like he walks in and then there's just a spotlight. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. I love John. I love John to death. Please, hey, listen. I need you to do me a favor. You watch.
And listen, he's tuning in because the Lakers are up 13 right now.
Yeah,
That's
Lakers,
what he's doing. He's coming in here to smack.
Hey, you know what? Deservedly so. I'm not gonna stop him. You know what I mean? And
I won't either.
And you watching, okay? You look me in my eyes, and I'm looking you in your soul right now. What you need to do is you need to go over to TikTok. Okay, you need to search up BBF Holiday in that search engine, and what you need to do is you need to follow, you need to like all his videos, and you need to watch whenever he goes live, because that is elite content. Elite content. Hey, D-Lo, I don't use that word often. I don't use it.
You don't.
And that's special occasions. Elite content. BBF Holiday on TikTok. Elite content. If you don't do it, I will find you. And we're going to have a conversation. Speaking of having awkward conversations, D-Lo, I would like to welcome in my dog, my unk, ROG, and the man we like to call the Generalizer. Triple OG Tone has arrived.
Tone.
What's happening, fellas?
Bart Star. Bart Star.
Who?
I don't know what that means.
No. All right.
No, I have no idea what that
Bart
means.
Star is.
Is he in like the movie Cars or something?
No. He's like one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game of football. We're not familiar with Bart
Like
Star.
soccer football or football football?
No, American football. What is happening? Oh my god. Also, real quick, John Holiday, I love you, brother.
Yeah,
That's my dog.
love that guy.
Holiday,
Yeah.
celebrate.
That guy.
So we're gonna circle back to your team. Oh, you better believe we're gonna circle back to the boys in green. But for right now, real quick, we'll give an update on the Lakers and Rockets game. It
Hold
is
on, y'all
43.
open the show talking about the Celtics?
No.
No,
That
no.
was like the third
y'all
series we're
game
talking
was
about.
crazy. What's going on here?
Yeah. No, that was like the third or fourth series we're talking about, I think. But it definitely won't be the first, and it definitely won't be the last because those are the two most important. You know what I mean? Anyway. But the Rockets have made a comeback. They're down only by 3, 46-39, with just a few minutes remaining in the second quarter, in the first half. But the New York Knicks, and Tone, I'm very much looking forward to getting your take on this because Tone, the two things that have stood out to me, and especially in game 2 in the Knicks loss, was the bench. The bench did not look good. It doesn't look like the bench has impacted this basketball team very much. And it feels like it's the same old story. It's the same old story.
Mitchell Robinson had a good game.
He did have a good game. He did, but he was a -10 on the floor. And again, what do we do if Mitchell Robinson is in the game? Hack-a-Shaq. He can't make free throws. Now, he didn't have to shoot as many free throws this game. They didn't attack it as much, the Hawks did. But he's a liability. Like, he's a liability. And when he's on defense, you bring him in as that rim protector. You bring him in, okay, you know what? We're just gonna lead everybody to you. And once they get to you, you send their shot away. You block it. But when you have a Onyeka Okongwu on the floor who can shoot the ball, then you bring him out. Then you bring him out of the paint. You bring him out and you take him away from what he's best at in protecting the rim. So again, offensively, he did have a good game. He shot 100% from the field. He had 13 points, but he was a -10 on the floor. And I think one of the biggest reasons is, one, he can't spread the floor. He can't shoot the ball. Okay, and so he's there to catch lobs and protect the rim. So when you're not being able to protect the rim because you got to step out on Onyeka Okongwu or one of these other bigs that can shoot the ball, and you can't shoot the ball, you can't spread the floor. Now, you're a good lob threat, but again, how much of an impact are you having on the game? I mean, a lot of these things. I mean, Jordan Clarkson, he only played 11 minutes. Like, that was the first thing that stood out to me. The second thing is Jalen Brunson has to be more efficient, or somebody else has to take those shots. And I love Jalen Brunson. I say it all the time. He's my third favorite player in the league. I love Jalen Brunson. But if he's not more efficient, somebody else has to take those shots. D-Lo, you mentioned Cat. If Jalen Brunson is going to go 10 for 26, give 6 of those shots to Cat. Or give 3 of those shots to Cat and then 3 of those to OG. Like, you have to be more efficient if you're going to take that many shots. And Jalen Brunson the other night, again, he put up 29 points on 26 shots. So how valuable is that 29 points if you're going to put up almost as many shots? Those are the two things that stood out. D-Lo, you kind of mentioned CJ McCollum, who's the leader of that team, who really kind of helped them carry them to a Game 2 victory. He made some huge shots down the stretch. He was extremely efficient from the field. He did not shoot the three ball very well. He made, a couple big shots down the stretch. He missed the 2 free throws at the end, but didn't end up having to cost them. Tone, Hawks, Knicks, your takeaways from this series so far, or even, Game 2. What are you seeing from this series?
Defense. Atlanta's been playing pretty good defense. And I feel like New York is having struggles that they've had all season. I think you guys both pointed them out. Jalen Brunson's efficiency has affected everyone else on the floor. When you got one guy dribbling the basketball 13 times and then either passing it away with minimal seconds on the clock and or just getting everybody else out of rhythm because he's shooting 26 shots and only having 29 points. But I think that, unfortunately, he hasn't gotten the whistle that he's used to getting this year, and that's also affected him. I do agree with Lowe because I was, when I was in the sidebar, I heard Lowe saying that Cat's got to be more aggressive. I do blame Cat partially for that, but I think that's also got to be on coaching. You've got to set your guys up. You've got to, call that timeout and say, hey, we got to get Cat the ball. Like we have to get Cat the ball. That's your job. Whenever the plays or the system or the whatever your game plan was prior to is not working, and the guys and the opponents are cutting the lead down, you got to say, hey, let's get back to it. You know what I'm saying? And that just wasn't happening. Um, but Atlanta's young. They're athletic. This is. I mean, to me, they're almost looking in the mirror. New York is, but they're looking at a younger version of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that just sometimes those youthful guys got that more energy in the fourth quarter. You try to throw a high pass, they got that athleticism to go snatch it out of the air. They're quicker. Um, but one thing for me that is kind of scary is Nikhil Alexander Walker hasn't gone off yet. And I know some people don't think that he's that guy. I personally think he's baby SGA. I mean, SGA is a different level, but I'm sure they practice and he mimics his game, and he's got a similar size. You know, he's 6'5". He's got a similar skill set, and them winning that game was to me it was big because I personally had the Knicks winning, but the Knicks losing on their floor to a team that I think people think that Atlanta can steal this. I still have the Knicks winning, but I think it's questionable. You know what I'm saying? It's questionable. Um, one thing that another thing that I don't like. I don't like the fact that OG and Mikal Bridges aren't being their usual selves on defense. Like they're not being them, and that's to me is how New York gets out and running on the floor. They get out and get those quick transition buckets by playing effective defense. But I like the series, man. I like the series. Like I said, I feel like they're a mirror image of New York, just a younger version. So this could be a good one. But I agree, though the bench for New York has to step it up. That's why they brought Clarkson over there, man. That's his job is to bring good quality energy off the bench. Nick McBride as well, and he's actually played pretty well this season, but
Yeah.
postseason is a little different. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a good series though, man. 1-1.
Absolutely. And, again, you bring up Deuce McBride, who, I mean, played 13 minutes yesterday, didn't score a point, put up 3 shots, shot 1-3. The guy that, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'll tell you this, the guy that's standing out to me right now, and he was that big acquisition that Atlanta got at, at the trade deadline. Jonathan Kuminga looks like he's taking Dyson Daniels minutes.
Oh, well, deservingly.
Deservingly. Very well deservingly.
Because Dyson's really not a playmaker, and he's not a bucket getter. And so Kuminga does pretty much what Dyson does, but he can guard bigger guys.
Yeah.
And he can go get a bucket. Real quick though, the fact that they are and we've seen this before, I don't think we've seen it like this. They are hunting Jalen Brunson, especially CJ McCollum. They are hunting. Literally did 3 plays in a row. He's like, "Come here, Jalen. Come here." And yeah, that's I don't know. I don't even know what you can draw up defensively to stop that scheme. But boy, oh boy, because CJ McCollum is a bucket, man. Once he gets it going, it's tough to stop.
And he showed that last night in game 2. Yeah, I mean, he can still, turn it on. He can still kick it into that next gear in terms of scoring the basketball. And he did that last night. And he was one of the biggest, if not the biggest reason why the Hawks won that game last night in game 2. And they will be going back to Atlanta tied 1-1. And they have taken home court advantage. Now, real quick, we can this Lakers and Rockets game is about to be in halftime.
Before you move on, though, you got to shout out Josh Hart, man. He's been balling all.
He's the glue.
He's been balling.
He's the glue. I mean, he does everything. I mean, he had 15 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. He was a +8. That was the best of anybody on the Knicks who played yesterday. He was a +8 on the floor. He does everything. He knows his role. And I mean, he is the perfect fit for that team. He gets along with everybody. He's the one that, again, keeps everybody together. He's so ridiculously important for that team. And,
Give,
he
give him a
continues to
thumbs
show
up.
up. Hmm?
Give him a thumbs up.
Oh, big thumbs up. You know what? Might have to give him a double thumbs up.
Oh,
Maybe, listen, little bit of a double thumbs up.
he might give you one back.
Can we talk about how awful
There
that
you go.
Jackson Hayes shot was, or
Huh?
can we talk about how awful that Jackson Hayes shot was at the end of the quarter? Yeah,
Jackson Hayes shouldn't be shooting. Let's just start there.
His shot attempts should be between 2 and 5. And they should all be at the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Jackson Hayes, kind of a bum, if you ask me.
Yeah, if LeBron finds a way to win this series, boy, oh my goodness.
I mean, he'd be out in the next round, but
Hey, I don't care.
It'd be impressive.
You look at this roster. If he finds a way to win this series, whoa.
Especially with KD coming back.
man, Marcus Smart has 17.
I was like, shout out Smeezy, man. Shout out Smeezy. Smeezy balling.
So halftime right now, the Lakers are up 54-51 on the Rockets. We will get to that game as well here in a few minutes. Before that, it's you know what? Let's stay in the East. Let's talk about this Cleveland Cavaliers and Toronto Raptors series. The Cleveland Cavaliers take a commanding 2-0 series lead on the Raptors, and it really, like, there haven't been blowouts, but the Cavs have kind of just been dominating this series and doing what they're supposed to do. I didn't think the Cavaliers would start this series off as strong as they have, but they've come out and they've looked like a different team. Donovan Mitchell is starting to make me eat my words in terms of saying this guy is not exactly performed in the playoffs, and he's done quite the opposite. He's looked very, very good in the playoffs so far.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is what he does in the playoffs. He got the most 50-point playoffs in this generation,
and he's making it work, man. He's been a problem, of course, especially for the Toronto Raptors. But yeah, the Toronto Raptors haven't been what I thought they were. I mean, maybe I kind of had too high of expectations for them, but
we're not both. Not alone there. I said I'm on that island with you.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Hey, come join. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I was thinking, the Raptors, man, they're good defensively. They have guys like B.I. They have guys like Scotty Barnes. They have guys like R.J. Barrett who could go score the basketball. Now, R.J. Barrett looked really, really good yesterday, but that was about it. Scotty Barnes had a pretty decent game. Brandon Ingram.
They said his legs are a little tired because he's been hanging with Glow a little too much.
See now what you know about what they got going on.
I'm just saying that's the news I seen.
Bro, where you get that? You got a source?
No, I don't want to do them like that.
Okay, just making sure. Just double checking over there, so hey, you make sure you mind your own business. You let them people be grown.
Hey, they said that Memphis energy different.
See, there you go. See, there you go. That's why Brandon Ingram ain't go to Memphis. He let Memphis come to him. You know what I'm saying? You like that one? You like that one, huh? You like that one? That's all right. I'm spinning. I'm all right,
James Harden, though, I think he's showing he can be a appreciated piece, man. Like he's fine wine over there, man. He's aged gracefully. He's helping them out. He did what like that first, I want to say, month in Cleveland. You've seen that the potential, and right now they're exhibiting the perfection against this team. And I will say that the one thing about Toronto is they don't have too many experienced players over there. I mean, like they're not a bunch of young guys, but they don't have the playoff experience, especially like they might be maybe first round, but no guys who's got any dubs in the playoffs. And you can see it. It's like they don't have the turn on button. They're just casually out there playing. And sometimes you gotta turn it on, man. You gotta go ham out there. You gotta get a couple extra fouls. You got
some energy has to be brought. Some energy has to be brought. And the Raptors haven't shown any of that energy. D'Lo, I'm gonna ask you, the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell.
Oh,
I
man.
listen. I, yeah. I admit so far now it could change, but so far in these playoffs, it's been 2 games. Donovan Mitchell has proven me wrong. I don't think that Donovan Mitchell has been the playoff great, especially when the moments mattered the absolute most. He's kind of proved me wrong through these first 2 games. You are the ultimate Cavalier / Donovan Mitchell hater. How has Donovan Mitchell and these Cavs looked to you so far in the first round against the Raptors?
Okay, well, let me start off by correcting that statement because I am not a Donovan Mitchell hater. That is not the case.
It's
Okay.
that boy Mobley.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a good one.
It stems from Evan Mobley, yeah, and that stems from Kevin. Man, I hate that guy. But no, I mean they've looked good. Him and Harden have looked fantastic to start these playoffs. Um, God, I hate that I'm going to say this, but Evan Mobley has looked good to start these playoffs.
Ouch.
And I think when you look at it, though, those are really the only 3 like really productive guys that you've seen so far. Their bench hasn't really gotten going um, like I thought that they would. So it'll be interesting to see once they play a team of just higher scoring volume how that works out. But I think for the Raptors, you're missing Emmanuel quickly right now. I really
Yeah,
think that they are
that's a good one.
because he comes out and he gives you 15 to 20 a night. And especially when BI is off like he is now, you're missing those points. And so shout out to RJ Barrett. He's been their, in my opinion, their best player in this series so far. Scotty Barnes isn't far behind him just for the two-way presence. But yeah, BI has to get it going. I don't really know what's going on with him, but 3 for 15 for 7 points is not going to cut it if they're going to have a chance of winning a game in this series, let alone winning the series. So he's got to find a way to get it going. And obviously, he's not a 3-point shooter either. So most of his attempts are from the mid range. So he's got to find a way to either get to the line and get aggressive, or they're gonna lose in 4. They're gonna get swept.
First of all, before because D'Lo, I mean, both of you guys made a lot of good points, especially about Brandon Ingram. But real quick, I think I saw the greatest comment I think we've ever had from Papa Dano. He said, like he said, Celtics OKC in the finals again. That's also been my prediction for the past month or so now. But again, the greatest comment. He said, D'Lo, I love you, but your hair is out of control.
That's love right there.
That's love, baby. That's tough love, but it's love. D'Lo, do you have a response for your papa there?
No.
Great. Thanks for coming out. No response. No rebuttal. Be like, hey, papa, at least, I don't eat my toenails. I like nothing. Like I don't. There's nothing.
Nope.
That like. All right. All right. Well, this was fun. All right. Anyways,
You thought that was going to get a reaction, and you thought it was.
I was hoping it was.
And it wasn't.
I definitely have my fingers crossed. Yo, the fact that Jess spent like 20 something minutes having a conversation with himself is hilarious. Like,
yeah, it's funny, by the way. I tried to
commenting. But
while the mall was talking, I was trying to put that L host comment on the stage.
Oh, it's literally 30 something minutes. My bad. Like a whole no other comments, just him.
Listen. I can't say anything about it because I can't say anything about Jesse, because what's gonna happen is Giannis is gonna come to Phoenix and he's gonna play for the Suns, and then we're gonna have to team up, and Jesse and I are gonna be rooting for the same team. So I can't say anything.
Whoa!
I can't say anything about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that because I We're not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
go
not
down that
either.
dark alley.
I'm not. I'm not.
How
I'm
that
not
could
gonna.
possibly
I'm not
happen.
gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. You know what I mean? Like that's not happening.
Rage.
Yeah.
Rage. All right. It's okay. That's more of an off-season conversation that we'll have. And we'll have that conversation, brother. We will.
You think so?
All right. Good. Okay. I guess we have to talk about my speaking of the Phoenix Suns. They
Oh yeah, they did.
yeah, they got they kind of got dominated. They got dominated, they got
Kinda.
fondled with, and they got absolutely destroyed. The Phoenix Suns did. And it hurt. And I come on here and I'm looking for a shoulder to cry on, boys. I'm looking for, I got knocked down. Okay. I got knocked down and I'm looking for somebody to pick me up.
I get
Okay.
knocked down, but I get up again. That's never gonna.
That was the exact song I was thinking about too. The exact one. And listen, boys, do you either of you have a shoulder that I could cry on? Maybe maybe a hand to get up or
I got some used napkins.
used. Well, what it depends on what you use them for.
I have some McDonald's this morning, so
Is it ranch? No.
Please ranch for breakfast.
yeah, I wasn't.
You
gonna
did say
ask.
this morning. You did say this morning. That was on me. That's
And
my
it
bad.
is. And it is.
That
Yeah,
was my bad.
I want to know how you feel about SGA shooting more free throws than your entire team. How you feel about that one?
It doesn't surprise me in the least. It doesn't. Because one, the Suns have the worst whistle in the NBA. In the NBA, there's nobody that has a worse whistle than the Phoenix Suns. Now, are they a jump shooting team? They are a jump shooting team. Do they not take the ball into the paint as much as they probably should? No, which means that they're not going to get as many foul calls. Understood. SGA is an infuriating basketball player to watch. Excuse me. He is an infuriating basketball player to watch. He shot 5 of 18 from the field, yet somehow ended up with 25 points. Now,
Shot
is that the
17
reason
of
we
them
lost? Huh?
Shot 17 of them things.
17. Now, is that the reason we lost the game? Absolutely not. There are a million other reasons why the Thunder beat us, as much as that hurts to say. It was the turnovers. We couldn't stop them in the paint. We couldn't score the basketball. We couldn't get anybody open. We played a whole bunch of ISO ball. The ball was sticking too much. I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about why the Suns lost in game 1 of this first round series against the Thunder. But I'll say this. Before I let you guys kind of take off and rip my team and call them, a freshman basketball team and, say that they probably belong in the YMCA or whatever it is, I'm glad that we made the playoffs. I'm appreciating that we made the playoffs because we were not supposed to be here this season. We were not. And now, should we be playing the San Antonio Spurs? We should absolutely be playing the San Antonio Spurs. Instead, we wanted to lose to the Blazers. And now the Blazers are tied 1-1 with the San Antonio Spurs, and the Suns are about to go down 2-0 to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So it's not as fun watching them do that, but it's nice to see the Suns in the playoffs again, even though it won't last very long. So, Tone, Suns Thunder, your takeaway from game 1.
Man, I don't want to join the pity party, but I'll just say it's bad. For me, it's bad not to see playoff energy from any team. But like you said, a team that's kind of not supposed to be here right now, getting this opportunity, I feel like, and knowing that you're not expected to win this series, I feel like you got to just go out there and throw every haymaker you can. And they're not. Um, I'm not saying that I don't like your head coach, but some of the decisions that I see throughout the game, I'm like, what is he doing? Some of the substitutions, I just don't know sometimes, and I don't know. I feel like I got like a 0.2% loves for the Phoenix Suns. I grew up before I became a diehard Celtic fan. Phoenix Suns were my favorite team in the NBA. That was Kevin Johnson, those guys back in the day. And so, and now I live here. And so there's a little bit of,
It was,
I watch
30, 40
them
years ago.
close to it, maybe a little less, but you know, who's here to
Jesus.
count? Who's here to count?
Who's counting?
Wow.
All right.
But yeah, and I hate to throw shade on your guy. Even though you say I love to do it, I feel like Devin Booker's got to be the head of the snake when I say just throwing the haymakers. Like I want to see him shoot 35 shots. I don't care what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like just give me one of those games to where you at least try to kill. And why not do it against the defending champs? Why not make an impression? Why not, show, especially because you might not get to have this team again next year. Who knows? They might have to shake it up a little bit. Go for the kill, man. Go for the kill. Maybe he's waiting to come to Phoenix. Maybe that's what he's waiting for. Maybe he's waiting until we play in Phoenix to go for one of those kill games, which would be dope for the Suns fans. But I feel like you got to take advantage, especially when SGA is playing kind of iffy. You got to take advantage of that. Dylan Brooks, I'm almost as much of a fan of his game I was this year. I'm almost tired. I'm tired of hearing him talk, especially after losses. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, relax a little bit. And then he's not even playing as well as he was when those guys were out. I don't know what's going on with the system, but it's like it's either Jalen Green having a great game, Dylan Brooks having a great game, or Devin Booker having a great game. We can't get all of them to have a collective great game. And yeah, I just wish he could, because another part I'm tired of hearing him talk is because he's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? So that just falls on Jalen Green and Devin Booker's shoulders because they're the guys, and you sitting here running your mouth like this. Unless you're going to help out and score 30, be quiet and go lock somebody up for us real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Do your job. But because I believe what he said was he can't wait to have SGA guarding him so he can ISO him. Or something like that.
Tone, he said, yo, and I remember I was at work because I cut this sound, and so I have to listen to the entire I had to listen to the entire little press conference of Scrum or whatever they call it. He said so the first question was how are you guys going to move? How important is it for you guys to move the ball instead of playing as much iso ball as you did? Or how much of an emphasis are you putting on it? He said a lot, but I'm still gonna ISO SGA. And I said, don't know if I like that answer very much. And then later in the day, he said, why do you want to ISO SGA? Oh, well, he's this and that. We played one-on-one when we were on Team Canada and this and that. And can we do what's going to help us win, brother? Can we do what's going to help us win? That's not what's going to help us win. Sorry, that was just, that was a little tangent.
Yeah, no, I again, he has that spirit, he has that energy that you appreciate when he's on your team, but sometimes he's like sticking that sneaker in his mouth, and it's not helping, it's not assisting the squad, and I feel like that's what he's doing right now, especially when you guys I know he's trying to just shake up the room. I get it. But have a competitive game before you do it, please.
D'Lo,
I want to see your guy get some burn too, man.
Oh, Rasheer? Please.
Yeah, like you've been speaking highly about him, and I'm like, this is perfect time for him to get a feel of the game.
I mean, come on. He came in garbage time, hit all 3 of his 3-pointers, and played really good defense. Like, please give him an opportunity, Jordan. Please. I'm not saying it's going to win us the game, but he's a rookie. Let him get some playoff experience, some legitimate playoff experience. D'Lo, all right, I'm ready. I've tried to prepare myself for the harshness that's going to come along with your take on this game. What did you see from game one of Suns and Thunder?
There wasn't a whole lot here. I mean, it.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Ouch.
And it's rough. It is, but that's what happens when you have Dylan Brooks taking more shots than your All Star. That's the result that you're gonna get. In no world should Dylan Brooks be the one shooting 20 plus shots on this team. I don't care how good he played in the regular season. We're coming off book averaging what? You said 29 this year?
No, book average 27.
27 this year. He was what, eighth in scoring?
Yep.
And we're telling me that Dylan Brooks led the team in shot attempts? Not just in shot attempts, but 3-point attempts?
Well,
They're awful.
They're partially forcing that. You know what I'm saying? Like when DB comes off of certain screens, they blitz him. But that's why I say some of it to me is coaching. You gotta, when they blitz, give it away. Then have some type of off ball screen or something to get him the basketball back. And you got to set it up early enough.
Mhm.
And
I don't get it, dude. I don't understand where this mentality that Dylan Brooks should be shooting more than Book or even JG at this point. Because he had two fantastic playing games, and then he comes in and gets the least amount of shots from the three shot makers on a team.
Yeah.
And maybe it's coaching. Maybe it's the way that they schemed. Maybe the Thunder saw those two playing games and then said, "Hey, we're going to take away GG this game." But I think that's the cheat code. If you let Brooks take the most amount of shots, you have the best amount of chance to win the game. He was awful. 6 of 22, 3 of 10 from 3. Is that going to win you a game, Maul?
No,
It's not.
absolutely.
So why not let him do it?
Hey, why is Bron getting up like that? Did y'all see that? No double clutch reverse? Hey,
Yeah, it's different.
yeah, he done turn playoff mode on a little,
A little. Right out the gate, he was attacking KV. Right out the gate.
Immediately, dog. Immediately.
And guarding him. That was the crazy thing. When I see them guarding him, I said, "Oh yeah, Braun on one, boy."
Hey, DeAndre. Hey, man, this team is looking like a threat. No, I'll say this. If the Suns have any chance, if they want any chance to be competitive in this series, I'm not saying they win the series. If they want any chance to be competitive in this series, Devin Booker has to take 25 to 30 shots a game. The problem is Oklahoma City's defense is ridiculous. Ridiculous. They have a bunch of guys who can all defend. They have elite defenders. They have Alex Caruso. They have Kyson Wallace. They have Jalen Williams. They have a bunch of guys who can defend the perimeter at a very, very high level. That does not and should not take away from the fact that Devin Booker is an elite scorer of the basketball, which means he has to say, I need to shoot this ball. The right play, forget about the right play. The right play is for Devin Booker to put a shot up. And he needs to become that alpha. He needs to become that guy that says, if we're going to be competitive, it's going to be because of me. It's going to be because I am carrying us. Because that's the only possibility. He's the only one capable of carrying this basketball team. Now, Jalen Green did a great job of it in the play-in. Those teams in the play-in are not the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 3, 4, 5 levels above those teams. Devin Booker needs to be the alpha. Devin Booker needs to be the one that says, give me the ball and get the F out of my way. I'm going to make something happen. somebody's going to get me open, and I'm going to come off this screen. I'm going to come off this pull down, and I'm taking this midi, and I'm shooting it. He has to be that guy that says, give me the ball and get out the way, because even if we lose, we're going to make it close. We're not going to get embarrassed like we did in game 1. That has to be what the case is. If that's not what the case is, this series will be over in 3 games.
The series is already over in 3 games, but
No, like literally 3 games. Like they won't play 4. Like they'll just forfeit the 4th one.
that's what I'm saying. Like this game will be over in 3 games.
Dylan Brooks gonna show up.
They're gonna get mercy ruled.
He's gonna be out there by himself.
Oh yeah, he will. He'll be standing in front of the Thunder bus, staring them down. He won't let them leave. He said, "Hey, you gonna play this game? I'm not getting out from front of the bus."
Just gave him my cartoon photo for that series.
Listen. Let me tell you, the NBA should make a rule that if a team beats the other team by 30 plus points in all 3 of their first games, you should just forfeit the series immediately.
All right, this is taking it back.
And that's probably what'll happen.
They beat
the Suns by 35, and SGA shot 5 for 18 from the field. That won't happen again.
The crazy thing is when you think about it, he went 5 for 18, but shot 17 free throws. So he shot like at least eight more shots. You know what I'm saying? That weren't accounted for.
That is insane.
And it is.
Oh my God.
But he doesn't shoot that awful again.
No, he won't. He won't. Now, I will say the Suns had a little bit of part in that. The Suns played some really good defense on SGA. The problem is everybody else got off. And the Suns, hey, you know what? We don't feel like having the ball. You guys take it. We'll just chase you back the other way. Like, you can't turn the ball over against the Oklahoma City Thunder. You cannot do it. The Suns had 16 turnovers. 17 turnovers. And even when they did force missed shots from the Oklahoma City Thunder, couldn't get the rebound, couldn't finish the possession. That will get you beat against the Portland Trailblazers, for example, let alone the Oklahoma City Thunder. You have to do the little things against the Oklahoma City Thunder if you want to beat them. You have to, and you have to do them better than they do. If you don't, see you later, sayonara. See you later, alligator. Wouldn't want to be it.
Big part of that is you guys lack the playmaker, though. You have a lot of ISO score, or I shouldn't say a lot. You got 2 premier ISO scorers, but no playmaker. And so they're ISOing when they can't get a bucket, then they're trying to pass out of it. OKC is great at playing those passing lanes.
They're fantastic at playing the passing lanes. And that's what SGA is fantastic. Specifically, SGA is fantastic at playing those passing lanes. So if you don't make a strong pass, if you don't make a disciplined pass, it's going the other way. Especially playing on the road, where Thunder Paycom Arena will absolutely explode. If a good play is made, just go home. Next game, start the buses.
Hey, yo, Twin, where you at, man? We know you watching. Don't be hiding because them boys is down, Twin.
Hey, it's not looking too good for them right now. They just got a turnover. 67-60.
Wow.
67-60. Yep. Take that with you. Put it in your pocket. Save it for later. Anyways, okay, let's get to the other game that happened today. One of the other games that happened today. The Portland Trailblazers take down the San Antonio Spurs. Now, there's a caveat to this. As we all know, Victor Wembanyama left the game early. Wemby took a hard fall. I believe it was in the first quarter of this game, early in this game, and he did not return. The Spurs were up for a lot of the game. They're up for a lot of the game and then just couldn't make a play down the stretch. And the Trailblazers ended up making more plays, obviously, down the stretch and came away with the dub. Here's the thing. D'Lo, if the Spurs don't have Wemby for however many games, do you still like the Spurs to win this series? I mean, what do they have to do in order to win this series without Wemby?
Yeah, I still think that they could win. And listen, I kind of don't like it because I've been a fan of his since he came into the league. But De'Aaron Fox has to do a better job, especially as their closer. He has to be better. Um, Russell also has to be better. I think the two of them really need to step up if they want to come out and win games without Wemby, because who knows how long he'll be in concussion protocol, right? But I think the other thing is that you can't. I like Devin Vassell, but you can't leave that last shot to Devin Vassell. I'm sorry. If you're De'Aaron Fox or Stephon Castle, you have to go get the ball and you have to take that last shot. I think that it hurts them quite a bit though defensively, because we saw what Scoot did. Scoot's not doing what he did tonight if Wemby's on the floor. Just that
Attacking the rim.
simple.
No rim
He was
protector.
he was getting downhill the whole game. Drew Holiday was getting to the dunker spot. He had a few easy layups down there, and Denny, he was able to get to the rim and throw assists off of that. And none of that happens if Wemby's on the floor. So I think that's where the biggest impact lies. But I think that even with all of that said, I still like the Spurs to come out on top.
Tone, Wemby misses game 3, game 4, maybe the rest of the series. Who's the one guy you're looking for to step up for the Spurs in order for them to win this series?
I mean, it'd have to be the leader, which is Darren Fox. I kind of agree with Lowe. I think the other guy's got to be Stephon Castle. I mean, the fact that their guards are scoring so much, like Danny's not even taking over the game the way he was in the play-in. You got Scoop having fun out there. Drew's controlling the game, which to me is just his playoff experience, his leadership, Drew's always confident. Anytime, even when he's struggling, you can see that Drew's like, "Hey, I play defense. I'm gonna help the game." And Scoot is he's becoming a better defender quietly. He's playing great perimeter defense. If you get by him, he still follows and trails and tries to swipe at the ball. He's doing what it takes to those small intangibles. But I don't want to say I'm nervous for San Antonio, but again, Denny hasn't gone off. And I wasn't always a believer in Denny, but he looks like he might be an all-star. He looks like he's got the potential to be one of those guys in the NBA. We surround him with the right pieces to where they can space the floor. If Culligan can be more consistent shooting the ball, then he can get to that paint, boy. Like, for a guy, what is he, 6'9", 6'10"? He can get
6'9", I believe.
He's got handles. For a dude who's 6'9", he got a little handle to get to that rack. And he hasn't taken over yet. Like, he just hasn't had one of those games yet. And so without Wemby, like Lo said, there's a lack of paint protection. I like Luke Cornett. I like Olenek. I like the guys that they have, but they're no Wemby. And although I completely agree Wemby should win Defensive Player of the Year, I've seen him, certain guys like Drew Holiday, they know how to manipulate in the paint. They know how to get the low space on the inside and get imagine if he can do that to Wemby, imagine how he's going to do those things to Luke Cornett, and he played with Luke, so he knows his weaknesses.
Yep.
And so Yeah. I would expect Stephon Castle to go watch film and say, "Oh, I got to be better. I got to cut this off. I got to eliminate these habits." And then, like Lowe said, this is why De'Aaron Fox was brought over to this team to be the closer. Ain't nobody else supposed to do that but him. Even if Wemby's on the floor, this is what he came over for, is to close the game. It's a tight one. Give me the basketball, set that screen. Either I'm shooting the midi or I'm attacking, getting to the free throw line to end the game. And I really expect De'Aaron Fox to control the game a lot more in game 3. But I expect Stephon Castle to do the same thing on the defensive side. He's got to be better defensively and try to contain Scoot.
All right, before I take off and I go on my Yap Fest about the Portland Trailblazers and the Spurs, we are going to bring in the final member of our crew tonight. He is our expert analyst. Nobody breaks down the game of football and basketball better than our expert analyst. He is Killer Kyson, and he has entered the building. Kyson, how are you doing today, brother?
I could be better, man. This team is taking years off my life.
We got some food right here.
Leave it.
Bro, focus right now, bro. Focus.
Hey.
Hey, bro, you ain't alone, man. We took an L earlier, man. I know the vibe.
Real quick, because that is the next series. That's the last series we're actually going to talk about. Saving that for last, especially as we get closer to the fourth quarter. But Kyson, the Spurs lose game 2. They lose game 2 to the Portland Trailblazers today. Wemby goes down. Now, nobody knows the severity of Wemby's injury yet. If he could just miss, if he'll be back for game 3, if he can miss game 3, if he can miss more than game 3. How worried are you about the Spurs if they do not get Wemby back soon or even in the series?
Yeah, well, I will be a little worried. This is a bad matchup without Wemby. As you guys have already said, this team likes to attack the rim, and that's exactly why I felt like Scoot had the game he had. I get he did have five threes made, but at the end of the day, his game is predicated on getting to the rim. So is Denny's, so is Shaden Sharps, Donovan Clingan, Robert Williams, so on and so forth. This team thrives off getting into the paint and playing great defense. And when you don't have a matchup nightmare that's 7-5, it make things a lot more complicated. So I like, one thing I did like from the Spurs was Carter Bryant. Bringing him in, I think he should play a lot more, even when Wemby comes back, just because of the defensive intensity he brings, and he hits the shots that he was able to hit. But yeah, I would definitely be worried if I was the Spurs, man. Like Tone said, I like Cornette, I like the guys they brought in, but you're just not Wemby. And this team, to be successful, they rely on Wemby a lot. And it's funny because I was on Twitter, or X nowadays, and it was someone was questioning, how did the Spurs rebuild faster than the Rockets? Wemby. And you just seen the difference. You literally just seen the difference between our rebuilds. They have Wemby, right? So yeah. I predicted the Spurs to win this game. They would have if Wemby played the whole game. I 100% think they would have won the game, no doubt.
Absolutely.
But Spurs got some. They would definitely be without him game 3, maybe game 4. So the Spurs definitely have some work to do.
Yeah, Kyson, that's a good point you bring up, and from what you saw on X, I mean, that's Wemby, of course, is an important building block to rebuilding your franchise and rebuilding your organization. So to get a guy like Wemby with the first overall pick, a generational player, a guy who I think is going to be in the GOAT conversation here within the next 10 or 15 years, that's a very, very important building block for your organization. And without him, it's going to be hard to win a playoff series against a playoff team like the Portland Trailblazers. And you saw today how vital Wemby is to that team. I mean, D'Lo, you mentioned earlier, Scoot Henderson getting downhill with no resistance. I mean, he's getting to the rim, and there's nobody that threatens him. There's nobody that he looks at the rim and said, "Oh, I don't know. Do I want to go try him?" There's nobody. There's nobody down there. As you know, as good as Luke Cornett has been for them, Kyson, like you said, he's not Wemby. So it worries me a little bit. And and I asked Tone earlier. I said, who's got to step up for the Spurs in order for them to win this series? If Wemby does have to miss a substantial amount of time, that guy has to be De'Aaron Fox. It has to be. It has to be De'Aaron Fox, or it has to be Stephon Castle. I understand Stephon Castle. This is his first playoffs. This is his first real big moment feel, and this is his second year in the league. But this is what you draft a guy number 4 overall or whatever he was. This is why you draft a guy at that, because you look for him to step up in these moments. When you don't have your best player, who's going to step up? Okay, well, let's look to the guy who we drafted 4th overall last year. Dylan Harper, you took him 2nd overall this year, but he's not going to be ready to make that jump right now. He's not. He doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the big moment. He doesn't have enough big moments. He hasn't been in enough big moments in order to know what to do in those said moments. De'Aaron Fox has to step up for the San Antonio Spurs if they have any chance to win this series without Victor Wembanyama. Now, that's worst case scenario. That's the worst case scenario. Wemby could easily be back for game 3 or game 4. I believe he's being evaluated for a concussion. So hopefully, he's able to come back sometime soon, because obviously in the playoffs, we want to see the best players play against the best teams and such and such. So hopefully Wemby is able to come back and able to compete in this series. It's going to be huge for them, though. It's going to be huge. Somebody's got to step up, because I do think he's going to miss game 3. If he's going through the concussion protocol, it's going to take a while for him to be able to go and pass concussion protocol. And because of that, it's going to be tough for them to still compete with this team, although I think they still can. That's only if their main guys step up. De'Aaron Fox starting with primarily, and then Stephon Castle, and going down the line to Harrison Barnes and Devin Vassell and the rest of those other guys who can have an impact. Keldon Johnson. But it starts with De'Aaron Fox. If he is not at his best without Wemby, I think the San Antonio Spurs can absolutely lose this series. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
Hey, Ma, real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If the Rockets can make a 3, oh my god, wide open, it'd be wide, like nobody in the vicinity, and we still can't make it.
And the thing, and you remember we had these conversations going into the season. Like, we had these conversations after the Kevin Durant trade, and you said it multiple times throughout this year how big of a loss Fred VanVleet was to his ACL injury, because one, he's the point guard that sets everything up. He's the guy that calms everything down. He's the guy that sets everybody else up. And I said the lack of a point guard might hurt you guys. The other thing is, you have to be able to shoot the 3, and this is not a good 3-point shooting team. And Amen Thompson has to be able to be a threat from the outside. Obviously, we know how lethal of a shooter Reed Shepherd is. That's about it. Jabari Smith can hit a 3 every once in a while. Tari Eason apparently couldn't hit the ocean from a boat. And I mean, you know what, Kyson? What are your thoughts so far on this series as a whole? I mean, game 2 obviously going on right now. 67-73. The Rockets are down. About 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And we'll talk about more in the fourth quarter as we get there. But your takeaway from this series, obviously not having Kevin Durant in game 1, that you saw how much that hurt the Houston Rockets. Your thoughts going into the fourth quarter of game 2?
Man, we just make dumb plays. Like, we just make low IQ decisions at the worst times. Like I said, we said this before, defense is falling off a cliff. We were top 10 defense last year. I don't even know if we're middle of the pack anymore. I think at first it's still a long game to go. We haven't had a lead yet. At least since the first quarter. But man, I think LeBron figured this out. I think LeBron figured this out, because when he's on the floor, it's just nothing we can do. Like, literally, like, he can either get his or make sure somebody else get theirs. So it's not looking good, if you ask me. I don't see us unless there's just no identity on offense, none. That's why the low IQ decisions be made, because there's no set Like there's no set. There's like no roles that have been established. It's just everybody free for all. You get the ball, score, right? So there's no responsibilities. There's no nothing, and it's evident, right? So I'm a little scared for my boys right now. I'm gonna keep it 100.
D'Lo, again, seeing the Rockets and how they looked in game one without Kevin Durant and how, awkward, I would say is the word, how awkward the Rockets looked offensively in game one. And they have KD back in game two. They're still down by 7. It still looks like they're still kind of struggling offensively. Where is your confidence level at in the Houston Rockets that they can pull this series out? Oh, man.
Is
Oh,
that
boy.
like real low or is that hater low talking?
No, I think this is real low
That
talking.
flip?
Yeah, that's flip. Let me. I don't. Where do you go from here? It looks funky, like just in general. They can't shoot the basketball. And Goon just hasn't looked great at all. You have a men sitting in the dunker spot the entire game, so like there's just nothing going on. And even defensively, like they're getting burned by Marcus Smart right now. Game one, it was Luke Kennard, and now it's Marcus, and I don't know. I don't just based off of what I'm seeing, they don't have enough scoring to just get it done. Mm. There's no other way to put it.
Now, 3 seconds left. LeBron has the ball in the third quarter, and he passes it. And wow, that was an ugly possession. But the Lakers do end up going into the fourth quarter up by 7, 75-68. Tone, what's wrong with the Rockets? Why this is not the basketball team we saw 2 months ago? This looks like a completely different team right now. How do they get back to playing the basketball that we saw them playing earlier in the season? Or do you think it's done? Do you think that it's too late, it's too far gone, and you think that the attempts to win the series have come to a close?
No, in the playoffs, it's a game of, I mean, basketball is always a game of runs, but the playoffs is definitely a little more strategized. I think now that they have KD back, there was going to be it's awkward because he was playing really good to open the game. The game was close, but as soon as he comes out of the game, it looks awkward. Because, like Bo said, there is a lack of shooting, and I've said this before. Like there's a lot of times when I watch teams play against Giannis. If Giannis doesn't have the right shooters around him, teams just back off and pack the paint. And Giannis has to euro through traffic to get buckets. And so there's a lot, like when you think, of course, Amen Thompson is not Giannis, but Amen Thompson is probably their third best scorer.
Yeah.
And so if KD's not playing, he's not in the game, basketball's going through Sengun and him. Well, if Sengun got the ball, he's playing that Jokic spot, the top of the paint. You can double off and just make sure somebody's cutting off the back doors because the man's gonna go to the basket. He has no other way to score the basketball, and it's damn near obvious. It's obvious. So the Lakers have some pretty good defensive pieces. Like Marcus Smart is a defensive genius. There's a reason why he was the first guard to win Defensive Player of the Year since Gary Payton. The reason why. And I will say, like, I'm not completely done with the Rockets, especially because they do have Kevin Durant, but it looks bad. It does look bad. It does. I'm not confident, and I picked the Rockets to win the series. My one takeaway about this, though, is LeBron James is showing the gap between him and an elite. I'm talking about an elite ball player like Kevin Durant. Like LeBron James, like I feel like there's always been a comparison between him and whoever else the legends that he's played with Steph Curry, Giannis, Kevin Durant. Like when Mike was playing, Mike was head and shoulders above Dominique, Clyde, and certain guys. LeBron James does not deserve anyone to be comparing him to those like yo. LeBron is 41 years old, doing what he's doing right now, and it's not just his scoring; it's pretty much everything. The way he's getting in there, tipping certain rebounds to certain players. He's switching at the right moments. Like he's doing those little intangibles that make him great. The way he passes on fast breaks, gives the ball up quick enough for someone else to make a play. Like yo, LeBron is a basketball savant, and it's showing right now against a phenomenal defensive. Regardless of what they're doing on offense, the Houston Rockets still play pretty good defense. They have one of the best defenders in the NBA with Ben Thompson. He is one of the best, especially perimeter defenders. To me, it's sad because I feel like Easton had an opportunity to show out what he's capable of, and he's just been shooting the basketball horrible. He's not allowing a guy like Ben Thompson to be the best version of himself. But again, LeBron is he's not the GOAT, but he is a GOAT.
Oh, absolutely. He's absolutely a GOAT. And he is LeBron's IQ is so like when you talk about the smartest basketball players of all time, LeBron is up there. And right now, whether you want to have him or Jokic 1-2 in terms of the highest IQ basketball players in the league right now, he's 1 or 2. I understand you have your Tyrese Halliburtons and you have your Trae Youngs and you have your, whoever it is. But Tone, I think that's a great point that you made. He is showing how elite of a basketball player that he is. And he just took a charge. Did he just take a charge?
I feel like he has legend diamond.
Oh yeah. LeBron is a top 5 passer of all time. Easily. LeBron is a top 5 passer of all time. But yeah, if I'm the Rockets, I'm worried. I'm a little worried. And especially because we can't score the ball against a team like the Lakers, who are not great defensively. They have some good defensive individual pieces on their team. But as a team, they're not great defensively. And the fact that they still can't score with Kevin Durant back, with Alperen Şengün, who has looked horrible so far in this series, it worries me a little bit. They got to be able to put some more points up on the board. They're down 10 right now in the fourth quarter. I don't know if they're going to be able to bounce back in time to win this game. So,
yeah, I agree. I don't think so either, man. It's just looking rough.
Sengun has to find a way to make some middies or something. Like he's got to open up his game. He's not doing anything that he was doing in the first month of the season. You know what I'm saying? He looks like young Sengun again. He doesn't look like the guy who has some experience. I don't like that.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he has the same amount of confidence as he had throughout the regular season.
Perfect.
Like like he looks like he's hesitant. Oh, do I want to shoot this? I saw DeAndre Ayton block him earlier in this game. Anybody who's getting blocked by DeAndre Ayton, it's their confidence is at an all-time low.
That's coaching.
But you know what? I think this speaks to a conversation you've had earlier, couple weeks ago. Is the confidence that LeBron instills in certain players through his leadership versus the lack thereof of what Kevin Durant provides.
Right, because Kevin Durant just criticized you.
Yeah.
Come on, man, do this. Come on, man.
Just do it better. Yeah, he doesn't like. And I'm so glad you brought that up because Kevin Durant is not the type of teammate where, hey, you know what, you did this. Next time you should do it this way, and we'll have a better outcome. Yeah. He said, just do it better. I don't care how you do it. Just make sure you get it done.
Bro, he the R word because he don't get it as fast as I do. Like, what?
That's not how the best player on a basketball team should be acting. Like, you can be the most skilled. Like, again, I think he's the most skilled player to ever play the game. Doesn't make him the best teammate. Doesn't make him the GOAT. Doesn't make him whatever it is. There are different aspects that go into a basketball game that have to take part in winning. And we understand he's won 2 championships with the Warriors. I'm not taking that away from him. But there are other destinations in which he's gone to in which he has not fulfilled the role of being the best player on the team. That's not just on the basketball court. That's off the basketball court. That's being a leader. That's doing the thing that you need to do in order to help your team win a championship. And it's probably some of the reason why he hasn't been able to win a championship outside of Golden State. Like Kevin Durant has to be better. He has to be better all around.
Forget a championship. How many playoff series has he won? Nah, it was looking good at the green. Don't change it. Don't change them all. You had the green glow. We can't hear you now. See, we can't hear you because you changed the green glow. Nope, still can't hear you.
You muted.
Put it back on green and you will go.
You muted.
Yeah, you muted. Oh, he's good for one technical difficulty.
See, there you go. See, there you go, bro. See that you know what? No, green. You weren't supposed to notice that either. You weren't supposed to notice that. I tried to do it slick because once I saw it was green, I was like, I think I want to change that a little bit. You know? Okay. Speaking of green, actually, Tone, it's the fourth quarter. Yep. Yeah. You like that segue, don't you? You like that one. You like that segue. Tone, the boys had a little bit of an awkward game today. They did not look great. The Celtics lost game 2 of this first round series between them and the Philadelphia 76ers. There was a lot that went down in this series. Tone, what did you like from the Sixers? What didn't you like from the Celtics? What do the Celtics need to do in game 3 in order for them to bounce back?
Yeah, we got to slow down VJ. I feel like Tyrese is going to do what Tyrese does, man. Tyrese he's an elite hooper, man. He's an elite hooper. He's quick as lightning. He can score that basketball. So he's typically going to do what he does. He's going to get 20, 25 plus. There's really no way to stop Maxey. You can't allow VJ to score 20, 25 plus too. Like it can't happen. I didn't appreciate it. I didn't get to watch the whole game. I was, in transport picking up low man, and I was watching the score, but and watching the play-by-play. But when I got to watch a little bit of it, I was like, man, VJ just looks way too comfortable. It almost reminded me of game 1. Like first game we played against, VJ was doing what he wanted. That's exactly what it reminded me of. And then again, from the Celtics point of view, we just didn't play the paint at all. We went back to that. What was that? 2 years ago when we were shooting 43 pointers a game, and it's like we just living and dying with it. And I felt like we didn't play with any sense of. It's like we didn't want the game. We just was like, oh, we'll get it if we get it, which I didn't like. I'm like, what are we planning on? We're planning to win at home again? Is that what it is? Like, come on, don't do that. Let's play to win because you never know what can happen. We don't need anybody getting hurt. And now we're on demand. And we got to win these games. And JB is usually the leader of that. JB is the guy who gets into the paint, directs traffic. JT gonna play the playmaker, but JB wasn't attacking and being effective to me. Derek White, too much shooting, not enough attacking as well. And to me, that he has to make a point of doing that because then that makes VJ and or Tyrese Maxey a little tired on offense. You make them work hard on defense and take up some of their energy to score the basketball. But hopefully we're better, especially defensively against VJ in the next game. I personally, I love Caden. I don't want to disrespect Caden, but I feel like we need to start Vucci Mane. I feel like if we start Vucci, it creates that spacing for JB to get to the bucket early. And then you bring Caden to be more dominant against their bigs in the later of the quarter. But sometimes Joe is playing chess, not checkers. That's his team. I feel like he knows what he's doing. I trust Joe. Um, but I don't think he played some of the young guys early enough as well. Those guys only came in when the game was pretty much over. I don't even think Gonzalez played at all. So we'll see. But I think the real problem was letting BJ essentially do what he wanted, man.
And so now this might sound crazy. The biggest thing that stood out to me and has continued to stand out to me is Jason Tatum doesn't look comfortable. Like he doesn't look like it looks like that mental hurdle of his Achilles is still there. Like he's putting up the numbers, he had 24 points, he had 13 rebounds, 14 rebounds, and he had the 9 assists. He had a near triple-double, but there's still some things that stand out to me, Tone, that look like there's a few opportunities where he, usually a year ago, like he put somebody in the rim. I mean, but today he just went up for a layup. And again, I understand that. I understand the mental hurdle that it is coming back from the Achilles and just doing things kind of not at 100% because you are still worried about the repercussions of what could happen. He doesn't look comfortable to me. And I think if that's the case, now I still think they could get by Philly. I think the loss today, I mean, you're not going to see the Celtics shoot 13 of 50 from three very often. You're just not. But Jason Tatum is going to have to get more comfortable, more confident, and more just accustomed with his injury in order for this team to go back and win the championship, especially if you're going to see teams like the New York Knicks, if they end up coming out. If you're going to see teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers that look really, really good right now, Jason Tatum is going to have to become more comfortable. He doesn't look 100% to me. He doesn't look the same. And this is one of the things I was worried about because he might be 100%. He might very well be 100% healthy. Physically. Up here is the next step for him to follow, and I don't think he's gotten past this mental hurdle that it is coming off of this Achilles injury. That's the biggest thing that stands out to me so far from the Celtics. I mean, you look at the 3-pointers. That's been Joe Mazzulla's bread and butter. Put him up. If you're open, put him up from three. Let it. So the missing threes doesn't worry me because they're not going to shoot 13 and 50 again. And the Sixers did what they were supposed to do. They went and took over, and they took advantage from the fact that the Celtics were not shooting very well from three. It's the fact that Jason Tatum has yet to look comfortable, yet to look in his own skin since returning from this Achilles injury. And I think if he does not get past that hurdle, I don't think the Celtics can get to where they want to go, which is ultimately an NBA championship.
I don't disagree. But I feel like kind of what Kyson has spoken to in the chat and stuff like that is right now it's JB's team. You know what I'm saying? So it's his time to be more assertive, especially attacking the basket. Like he has to be the one to control the game. JT's going to do a lot more to playmaking. But I don't disagree. I don't think that he looks like as normal JT.
Don't foul,
especially against the teams that we hopefully we get to play against, and that's why I said that in the chat. Like even the first game when I watched it, it's just like we were just going through the motions.
Yeah,
and luckily we did come out with a great win in one, but it didn't look like we were at all challenged. And so just going through the motions, I feel like you give that opportunity to the Sixers to win a game. And that's what happened today.
Yeah, like the Sixers did what they were supposed to do. And they came out with the dub, and they stole one, and they stole home court advantage for the rest of the series. So, oh, man, Josh Okogie, that's a big three.
Thank God. Oh, my Lord.
J.O., that's my dog. That's a big three. That's a big hit for them. 82-85, the Rockets are down 3 with 6.5 remaining.
Hey, man, where Reed Shepherd at, bro?
He's such a liability defense.
I know.
Like,
and if he's not hitting, if he's not sniping, it's no point.
He's got no use.
And y'all getting so lucky because the Lakers keep missing these layups. When guys break opportunities, they don't miss about 4 or 5 this
Hey, ref ain't calling nothing. Like the ref ain't calling nothing on both sides, bro. What is going on? But Tone, before I get to the Celtics, I'm you know me, I'm all about defense. So My standard of defense is very, very high. This team is not good on defense, dog. Like we got Luke Kennard hooping
But he
21
been a
points.
bucket. Don't get it twisted. Luke been a bucket. He's just not like I don't
We
think
got him
he's
looking like Austin Reeves
but he been a bucket. He done had 30s. He done had 30s.
in the playoffs.
No, not in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. He going
You playing with
doing this in the
Braun though now. You
playoffs.
playing with Braun again. Braun
And
give you
he,
that confidence to where you like, oh, you trust Braun trust me?
man,
Watch this.
and I
Watch
think
this.
like he's one of the only guys to actually like step up to LeBron's like standard. You know, a lot of guys be like, it's too much pressure for him, but he's actually taking it. But to the Celtics, it's a little bit. I think y'all both made some great points. I think they kind of intertwine. I think because Jason Tatum isn't all the way comfortable, he settled for a lot of threes today, and the team just kind of took on that role.
Bingo.
JB did great today, but that's kind of like JB's thing. He kind of does his own. He's kind of like on his own accord, regardless, win or loss. So that's kind of what's expected this year out of him. And for Tatum, I just think, yeah, it's definitely some uncomfortability mentally, and that's just gonna come along with a major injury like that. Um, but yeah, I think experience matters. You know,
Yeah.
the Celtics are a lot more younger than what they usually have been. So your young guys are still trying to figure it out, trying to figure out their roles, who's going to play, who's not going to play, and I think that took a factor in today. And the Sixers peeped that. Sixers peeped that. Hey, they feel like that the series is over already. They feel like, hey, we can do what we want against the Sixers. So Maxie and VJ was like, bet, watch this, and that's another thing. Derek White, like he's known for being a defender. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's no way Maxi and like Tone said, there's no way Maxi and VJ both giving you 25, 30. No way.
Nasty.
So we need to stop worried about making all these threes and start getting back to the defensive side. But to Jamal's point, Tone, that's everyone is trying to figure out their roles since Tatum's coming back. I still feel there's a lot of things still being figured out because Derek White was the second option when uh, Tatum was down. Now he's the third. Who was the second? Pritchard,
Payton.
because he's point guard.
Yeah, Payton Pritchard.
I don't really count point guards as options. That's the number one option. The
But
point
he,
guard.
he doesn't.
I
He
got the
doesn't play
ball.
point guard. He plays two guard.
So what's the point?
Derek White.
Derek White play a lot of the one.
Oh, my point exactly. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make, guys. Whether he's the second or the third option, he had a lot more responsibility on offense. A lot.
That's a great
So
point.
he's so focused on his offensive responsibility, it takes away from the defense. Man, it is hard to do both, man. It's hard to
But wouldn't you
give
think?
buckets and then defend.
Wouldn't you think that he gets back to his normal self? Because Derek White's been there for the two seasons now, three,
Right.
and so he should be more comfortable playing off the ball because Tatum's usually got the ball in his hand. Now I agree. Throughout the regular season, for the most part, Derek White did have the basketball in his hands, doing a lot more playmaking. But there's a reason why Jaylen Brown has averaged the most assists that he's had this season, because the system that Joe draws up is typically for the score. So it was Jason Tatum, and then this year with Jaylen Brown. Now, though Derek White is the point guard, Jaylen Brown has averaged the most assists that he's averaged in his career. Now that JT is back, JT is doing a lot more playmaking, which to me allows Derek White to emphasize defense, which he usually does, and to be the catch and shoot guy, which again he's better at that catch and shoot. I'm not saying that y'all are wrong, but I feel like with 20 something games in with JT now, we won a lot more games than we lost in the regular season. Like at this point in time, these guys should know their roles and be a little bit more comfortable. And I feel like Derek White did not focus on defense or I don't know. VJ just to me was taking advantage of Derek White. He was uncomfortable on offense and defense. And then I can agree with Payton Pritchard. Payton Pritchard just from what I seen the highlights, he didn't look like himself today.
No. And I will say, I think the role discussion, I think, is a very interesting conversation because, Derek White, obviously before this season, that's the role he was used to, right? He was used to being just a catch and shoot guy. He was used to being, not even really an option. Like he was okay. You know what? Yeah, everybody else is out. Derek White, can you go do something? Like because you had Jason Tatum, you have Jaylen Brown, you have Peyton Pritchard, you have all these guys that can go get you a bucket. You don't really need Derek White to be that guy to put the ball on the ground and go ISO and get you a bucket. Not that he's that guy now, but now he's transitioning back to the role that he was used to. And I think it's just taking him a little while to actually get back to that role. And I think that's why he's got off to this slow start shooting the basketball in the playoffs, is because, okay, Jason Tatum was back. So he understands he's going to get a few more open looks than even that he did in the regular season when it was just Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown, I think, has done a fantastic job adjusting to his role because today you can see he was more aggressive, right? He was looking for his shot more than he did in game one. Like you could see the aggressiveness in Jaylen Brown's face. He had 36 points today, and again, he's understanding that, okay, you know what? I think he also sees Jason Tatum is still adjusting, getting back to him, still getting over that mental hurdle. He's still getting comfortable back on the floor. So he understands that he still has to be that alpha. He understands that he still has to be that number one in order for this team to be successful. Today it didn't work out as well because, again, they just didn't shoot the ball well. To me, honestly, I think that was the biggest thing for the Celtics today. I think they just didn't shoot the ball well at all. I think that was the biggest reason why they lost the game. And like I said multiple times already throughout the show, the Sixers did what they were supposed to do. They won after the Celtics shot horribly from the floor. That's what you're supposed to do. Do I see that happening again? No, I genuinely don't. And the Celtics are going to have to find another way to win. But again, going throughout the playoffs, I think Jason Tatum is going to have to become more comfortable. And the other thing is, I mean, tone. I'm not sure when you started watching the game live, but I mean, I'm sitting there watching the game. I mean, from a schematic standpoint, you have to adjust. I mean, you cannot play drop coverage on Tyrese Maxey. If whoever's guarding Tyrese Maxey, whether it's Derek White, whether it's somebody else, if Derek White trying to get through that screen, somebody has to step up. I saw it in the fourth quarter on back-to-back possessions. Tyrese Maxey comes off the screen, pull up, shoot a three, 6 straight points. That's a 6-point turnaround because, okay, you know what? The first one, I'm gonna at least show. I'm gonna hedge. I'm gonna show that I'm there so that he doesn't shoot it. Or if he does shoot it, it's uncomfortable because it's contested. Instead of letting him walk around the screen, and because whether it's Keita, whether it's Vucci man as you like to call him, that it's sitting at the free throw line, that's not gonna work because Tyrese Maxey will hit 8 out of 10 of those. And so again, there has to be in-game adjustments going into game 3. But again, I think the Celtics will be fine. This was a loss they probably needed to understand that, okay, this isn't going to be a cakewalk. There's actually some competition. And now they have a chance to learn from it. They have a chance to adjust. They have to go look at the film. And I think they'll be fine. Joe Mazzulla, again, I believe is the best coach in the NBA. I think the Celtics will go back and look. They'll adjust. And they'll make changes going into game 3 into Philly.
Yeah, I agree. But I will say that BJ Edgecombe is going to be a problem, boy.
Oh my goodness! I mean, he came out of the game when he fell down. He came out of the game early. You think he fell down real hard on his tailbone or whatever the case was. Came back in and just nothing changed. As who just hit that?
Rui, bro. Bro.
Oh, that's the thing.
Rui is automatic from midi.
Yo, he even shoots the 3 at a crazy high percentage. They benched him because let's just say they benched him, but he was getting less minutes because of what Austin was doing. But dog, Rui is nice, man. Rui nice.
Okay, that's enough about the green team. We got to react to this game. My bad. No.
Yeah, mayhem right now. Jesus.
Yeah, this is chaos. There's 3:10 left in this game.
Yeah, ref.
What'd they call?
I think they call loose ball.
Loose ball foul?
It should have been a jump ball, but
yeah, it probably should have been a jump ball because that's what I originally called. That's what I thought they originally called. Also, Tari Eason might be the worst basketball player I've ever seen.
No, but don't say that.
Kevin Durant. What are we We're
Hey,
waiting
yo.
for double teams. We can't pass in year 20. Wherever year KD in, we still can't pass the ball. Still.
No,
What do we-
nobody's worse than Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, facts.
That's
Yo,
true.
every time I see bro in the game, I see one of the most hilarious moments I've ever seen watching the bat. Like, yo,
I hate Marcus Smart. I've always did.
Yeah.
Bro. Always, bro.
yo, he's a
Maybe
he
he's
is
on my
a
team. I would like him, but nah, bro.
he's to me he's definitely one of those Dylan Brooks type of players.
Dylan Brooks, Patrick Beverly, Chris Paul,
Bro
Jose
is a
Alvarado.
defensive menace, dog.
And
He's
give me
a
30 every once in a blue moon.
I would say he plays that kind of slick little he does certain
Hey,
things
he
in
was
the
a-
game that
he was a
other
lottery
people
pick.
can't get away with.
He was a lottery pick back in 13. I mean.
Imagine that. I mean, like that's like it's crazy to think about.
Who picked him up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Here's my
What
phone.
y'all win with them?
That's a defensive player of the year.
Oh, that come with the ring?
Eastern Conference Championship. No, it just came with a trophy.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Man, some ball, bro.
Hey, when he got to leave, we got them two pieces we needed to win the championship.
That's what I'm saying.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Him and the Time Lord, Robert Williams. I love Robert Williams.
I forgot Robert Williams was a Celtic, boy. That's crazy.
Man, if he would have stayed healthy, he probably would have still been a Celtic.
Yeah,
He kept getting hurt.
Couldn't stay on the floor. But what is going on? Yo, this game is so chaotic. Like, this is
They went from calling nothing to calling everything.
calling everything. Boy, Ime Udoka is challenging this block call on Marcus Smart. It might be an offensive foul. This might get overturned.
Let me see.
He beat him to the spot.
I mean, Thompson.
He's still moving though.
But he pushed him.
Yeah.
Did he fully extend his arm? Is usually where the call goes. If he extends his arm, and they'll call it. But if not,
The only thing that worries me, I don't know, there might not be enough conclusive evidence.
Bro, amen. We got to work on our ball handling, baby. Like, this is ridiculous.
Hey, you can't be a point guard. You can't handle the ball, Kyson.
dog, he gotta be able to shoot. I'm sorry. Like, for me, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I look at Luka, I look at Wemby, I look at the Joker. Those are guys who are playing professional basketball at a young age. The Thompson twins did not go to regular college. They went to whatever that program is, to where they were playing tougher competition at that high school age. They should be able to shoot, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing that confuses me. Also, real quick, if you all are asking where in the world did D'Lo go, he's got to be at work at butt crack dawn in the morning, so he got off a little bit early to hit the hay. So that's where he went. If anybody was wondering,
Night.
Night. All right, no, this is a family friendly show.
I thought he had got heated.
Oh, yeah, and got up out of here. Nah, not this time. Marcus Smart.
My bad, Lo.
I mean, it's not like we can score anything, so it doesn't matter.
Tone, that went right over my head, dog. I'm not gonna. That was a good one. I'm a little slow, bro, so I'll be trying to adjust.
I definitely think we win at one game at home, but it's not looking good, bro. I feel like one game we'll start off hot and then we'll just ride that wave. But,
you guys know the same, man. It's a series doesn't start until somebody went on the road.
Win team. Yep.
One of the others got to step up for y'all, man. Like Jabari.
Amen.
He's not really an other though. Like Amon's not
exactly.
An other.
He's not even open.
I think he's another. I think it's KD, Şengün, and the other. But Şengün got to do something, man.
Honestly, I think Amen. He's definitely the third option, but it's like 2.5. It's like him and
Marcus Smart, man.
Oh, snap.
Marcus
fell off.
Marcus Smart, man.
He got to work on his. I don't think the jump shot will come. I'm keeping it 100.
I might not.
The ball handling, though. You come to the league with no shot, You lead the
Sorry.
league with no shot.
He's
usually.
undervaluing
big man.
himself.
Come on.
Because he
Tari.
don't got no jump shot.
Sorry. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Defense.
What a man Thompson could be worth if he had a jump shot is crazy, though.
What? Boy, he'd be the best guard in the league. One of them.
Little far. Right
No, that's a little far. But I mean, if he had a handle and he had a jump shot. If he had a handle and he had a jump shot.
He got to pick one.
I feel like he
both.
can get away with not having the handles because he's so athletic and he's quick at that size, 6'7". I feel like he doesn't have to have elite handles. But if he had a jump shot, oh my Lord, because you have to guard him differently.
And as soon as you step up, drives right by you.
You know what I'm saying?
How many players like that in the league, though? Like do
It's
both.
different.
Exactly. That's why I think the ball handling is going to be more plausible.
Yeah. I do feel like the ball handle is more plausible. But dog, if Jason Kidd could do it later in his career, like certain players have you know what I'm saying, have put that in their bag. Oh, you so young, man, and you got KD over there. Tell KD to come stay after practice and teach you how to shoot.
The dunk. We need to stop fouling. We foul like every possession past 5 minutes. Stop fouling. Get a stop. Stop letting Sengun on LeBron. Look, watch. Jackson's about it happens every time. Don't switch.
Why is Tari Eason guarding LeBron?
I would rather that than Sengun.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
Yeah.
Tari.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't
they lost the
understand why
challenge.
every team does it. Why do they always switch? Like fight through some screens.
Yeah, you gotta fight through it. You gotta fight through. You cannot have LeBron. You can't have Sengun on LeBron. If they lost the challenge, they can't challenge you out of bounds.
Yeah, it's tough.
That was too fast of a shot, Bron. You could have
Let's
got
go.
better when you had 3 seconds.
You might be a little ahead of me, Jamal. So shh.
Oh, my fault.
You like a second. You're like point some seconds ahead. Like, bro, you're 17, you're 18, can't pass.
He's the worst passer in the history of passing. Like Kevin Durant is a
Why
horrible.
we jump pass at 37, 38? Like, that's stuff your high school coach tell you not to do, bro. Man,
That might be a wrap.
that's over. That's a dagger. Yeah, ain't looking too good, fellas. I don't think we win this series.
Oh man.
If we do, we got OKC.
Oh
Next.
yeah. Hey, the way they looking.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I said it before the series started that there was nothing KD could do to essentially move the needle. Losing this series, I feel like God,
This definitely takes him a
lose
couple
with the
notches
better
down,
team.
no
You can't
doubt.
lose with the better team to a 41-year-old dog.
Okay, that's not just
So
any
y'all saw
41-year-old.
he was standing straight up on D guarding Marcus Smart. After he had
Yeah.
just did a turnover. Like, oh,
Like I know if you're Sengun, I know you don't want to get put on a poster, but you got like that dunk attempt. You got to put like you got to get it help quicker. You have to be there faster. You have to beat him to you have to do something, dog.
Sengun is food, bro.
Oh
Food.
Yo, Braun is different, bro. Braun is different.
yeah. Bron is having his way.
8 of 20. That's what you need, though, bro.
28, 8 and 7.
That's what he got to do.
Oh, yo, I hate to start. I ain't gonna start I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say it. Mike wasn't doing this.
And that's the thing. LeBron could play with anybody.
Mike
Anybody,
wasn't
bro.
doing this, dog. The same way
No.
Mike wasn't winning in the playoffs this early. he wasn't making the playoffs this late.
That's true. Nah, but I was okay. Mike wasn't playing with a top 5 player in the league.
That's his fault. Mike wanted everyone gone.
In Washington?
Yeah, he told them get Rip out of here. Get Rip up out of here.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's just dumb.
Yeah, he wanted the ball.
And he didn't want to pay him.
That
That's
too.
true.
He didn't want to pay him, but he was like, "Yo, I need 30 shots. I need 20. I need 20 shots. So I can't share them. I can't share them shots with Rip.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. They get a stop here and a
It's not
and a
happening.
quick bucket.
Not happening.
Anything's possible.
Oh man, Rui. Oh, he should have shot it. That was probably the best shot they've been
8 seconds, 7, 6. LeBron. Rui.
Oh
Nope.
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Tough, bro. Can't catch a break.
Wow.
No shot clock.
Oh, that might have went off Jackson Hayes.
It's official
never
review right now. Nope. Yeah. Foul. Foul.
Got a foul. Got a foul. Waited too long.
Last year was rough. 2020, that was our last playoff series. That was rough against the Lakers. Austin 5.
All right, Kyson.
I just don't know. Like, I just don't know. Like, what do you? He gotta go. Sorry.
Who's he?
Ime Udoka got to freaking go. I am sorry. This is not the team for him. He's a great coach, just not for this team. I'm sorry. Like, we need offense. Defense ain't enough. And then the defense not even defensing. We need identity. Reed Shepard needs to know. All right, KD first option. I'm the 6th option. He needs to know that. Jabari needs to know I'm the 4th option. Everybody needs to know their role. Josh Okogie needs to know when I get in the game, I'm only shooting open shots. Open.
Hey, yo,
I'm not creating nothing. I'm not nothing.
Eason. I'm looking at Eason looking at KD. KD looking at the scoreboard. LeBron telling everybody where to go, what to do.
And KD, and we finna be on the bench like this.
Bro,
not a word will be said for a whole minute.
I'm telling you, bro, this is the KD experience. He's gonna have some moments where, like, you know what? Damn, it's crazy. Kevin Durant is playing for my team, and then you're gonna have some moments that I'm like, dog, what? KD, do something. Like, you know the meme where you poke, like the poke in the bear, like just wake up. Like, he's not doing anything.
So with that being said, what does Fred VanVleet change about this team?
Oh no, I think Fred VanVleet brings a completely different aspect to this team.
He's a champion.
He
does.
He brings
But
on-court
if
leadership.
not bought in, it's over.
And he's a clutch player. He's a clutch player. He brings on-court leadership. He brings a facilitator, a certified facilitator. He gets everybody involved. He brings a three-point shot. I think Fred VanVleet, if they had him, this series would be completely different.
He's a champion. It's a level of trust that he instills in certain players when they're not feeling confident in their game. Like, he's been there and done that. And so when he passes you the ball, he builds confidence, though. Like, and again, like, he does similar things that what Jalen Brunson does, but he's a pass first type of guy. He can get the bucket, but he gonna play make and get you that bucket.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I hear y'all out, but at the same time, the point I'm trying to make is if your star player not bought in, it's no point. KD not. I don't see KD buying into Fred VanVleet. I just don't. He didn't buy into Chris Paul. He didn't buy into Russ. He didn't buy into Steph. Dre, the greatest leaders ever, did not buy into them.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to believe that Fred VanVleet, Drake is the one that he listens to? No.
But I don't think he listens to. I think it's just a part. Like, Kevin Durant is really a system guy. Now, he can be the system at times, but he's a system guy. The system just has to be set up for him to be the best player on the team.
It's got to be set already. And that's why Golden State worked, because Golden State already had their nuclear system. They already had their solar system rolling. They already had it going. KD
but Houston did too. Houston did too. It's just Fred got hurt.
We did.
Number two in the West.
No, it was. I mean, that's
y'all were number 2 in the West.
But that's not just about offense, though. That's
Like you got,
defense.
like you
And
got
then
to,
the defense fell
That's
off.
that's a great point of view because were a defensive minded team. That's why y'all have a defensive minded coach. So if you got Fred to lead y'all's offense, and it helps y'all's defense.
Tone, you got to realize the Warriors were a established team already. They had already won a championship. So you bringing in KD. I mean, bringing in KD is like driving a Bugatti into a $12 million mansion, right? KD now
It's
again, they
fixed.
like you know what I'm saying. Now bringing KD to the Rockets. Now they got a nice house. They got a, you got a $750,000 house. A bunch of square feet, and then you bringing in a Corvette, right? It's not the best house in the neighborhood, but it's one of the best. Like
Yeah,
it's not
I don't
established.
think they thought that they were going to be the best team in the league, but it was a match made in heaven because you had a top tier team that they were top three. They were second seed, so
Yeah,
top three team in the league, and now you're bringing in someone who's a bona fide clutch player for you. If y'all can
yeah,
make it work, then y'all should be back in that position, top three. Now, a big factor in that is you lost your playmaker. You
yeah.
lost the guy who can help Amen Thompson get easy buckets, who can tell Sengun when and where to go when Sengun is off track. And that's what I mean by that. That's the experience that he has, and the confidence that those guys will have when he's on the floor. Because KD doesn't do that. He's not going to speak on the floor and make you feel like a better player. KD's going to look at you in a way. He's going to swing his arms. He's going to pout a little bit and just expect for you to perform better. That's not what those players need. They're a young group. They're unexperienced.
Yeah.
But that's what Fred VanVleet brings to the table. I agree that they're not the best versions of themselves at this point in time, because I do think Jalen Green was valuable to that team.
Yeah.
But having Kevin Durant should put you in a better position than they're in right now.
It should. It sounds good.
Hey,
Like it sounds good, but until it turns out, I mean, it's
You
just
gotta
who
have
he
Fred.
is.
You gotta have Fred though. Like I feel
But
like
see,
that's
that's the
what you're
thing.
witnessing
Look
right
what
now.
LeBron got.
yeah,
LeBron is LeBron. That's why I said. That's why I said when we started this conversation of this right now. Like, and I've had this conversation or argument with people many times of KD's better, Melo's better. Yo, LeBron is showing his value right now, as if we haven't seen it before. He has been, and as crazy as it might sound, he's been undervalued. Yo, LeBron James is that much better than a player like Kevin Durant. He's that much better.
And that's the thing. Like they try to making this man play third option. Like let's get real, bro. That's politics.
But there's a system that JJ Redick is developing, and I agree with you. This politics because as the future for the Lakers happens, you have to have it established that Luke is the best player. You know what I'm saying? And as well as having a system, you don't want Luka to feel like he can't be, you know what I'm saying, that great. You don't want him to be looking at, I got to pass the ball to this 41-year-old. What does that say about me?
Yeah.
Part of the system and part of LeBron knowing that part of the game is him saying, you know what, hold on, let me find where I fit in so we can be the best version of ourselves. But again, that speaks to LeBron's understanding of the game and the politics of the game.
Yeah.
That's a lot of good points. That's a lot of good points. Hey, real quick, guys, before we get up out of here, are y'all done?
Yeah.
How many games?
I think we win one in Houston. At least one. Yeah, I don't see it going past 6 though, bro. Because like again, our offensive identity is everything, right? And the point I want to make the tone is that when you're paying LeBron James $56 million or whatever the money you're paying for him, you're paying for not only his basketball skills, his leadership skills, you're paying for his marketability, you're paying for everything. You're paying for the LeBron James experience. And to Jamal's point, the KD experience is just it's not worth it. Like for that much money, all we get is scoring. That's it. I don't get leadership. I don't get discipline. I don't get accountability. I just get bad vibes and hoop and buckets. That's it. That's not worth it. That's not worth however much KD getting paid. Now, if he was getting paid $20 million less, then we can talk.
That'd be
Oh
different.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be a different conversation.
yeah. Go get your buckets. Go.
Yeah.
Get on Twitter. Who cares? We paid you to replace Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, and those guys were leaders. Jalen Green, believe it or not, he's a leader on this team. He was a huge part of this team. When he rocked, we rolled. Right? So Katie, you're replacing that. So he's not going to gain leadership skills overnight. The team's not going to gain a scheme overnight. And again, you just gotta want it. We talk about Orlando. Orlando has been playing a lot differently than they did in the regular season, right? And the thing about Orlando is that they didn't believe in Jamal Mosley. Well, of course, he's done regardless. Wherever happens, he's done. That's what I'm seeing from my team. My team don't believe in a coach, man. They just don't. I'm listening. I'm looking at KD talk to Amen, not making eye contact, just nodding. Yep. Amen, same thing. Segun, same thing. Whatever Amen says, it goes in one ear, out the other. So I don't even think they're gonna fire him this summer. I really don't think they're gonna do anything different at all this summer. And
He's gonna run back.
I genuinely think they're gonna wait for Fred and maybe get a shooter. I mean, that would be the logical thing to do. Go get you at least 2 shooters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get rid of DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith. Get him up out of there. He was a waste of money.
But y'all signed him to a big deal.
Yeah.
So long-term deal.
Hopefully we can get him off, get some shooters in the offseason. But yeah, I don't see us winning no more than 2 games. If that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to see. You know, I mean, again, the series is not over. Obviously, you got to win 4 games, but it's not looking fantastic for the Rockets. On that note, that is gonna close out tonight's episode of Gumball Sports Machine. Thank you all for watching. As I always say, if nobody else is gonna tell you, I will tell you. I love you. You matter, and you have a purpose. Strive for happiness and be grateful for what you do have instead of what you don't. Y'all lost today.
Bro, you just told me to appreciate what we have. You know what we have?
You know what? That's right. You know what? We may not have a championship, but I got Devin Booker, so I gotta appreciate what I have. So it's okay.
I have nothing.
No, you have championship. You have Akeem. You have Akeem and 2 championships.
I wasn't born for that.
Oh well, all right.
The dream.
I try to be. I try to bring up the silver lining.
It was all a dream.
Tone, if you don't mind doing the honors for me, brother.
Hey, yo, man. Do us a favor, man. Shout out to everybody who was in the comments today, man. We appreciate y'all. But then subscribe, man. You know, share with your peoples, man. We appreciate everybody who pops up on the Instagram, the TikToks, and all the other social medias, man. We appreciate. We love y'all, man. Thanks for all the attention that y'all been giving us, man.
Much love, much appreciation. So I emphasize what OG just said, man. Much love, appreciate y'all giving us some love on TikTok, whether it's whether you disagree with us, whether you agree with us, whatever we may be saying, let us know and let us know passionately. You know what I'm saying? One of those things. We'll message back, we'll go back and forth in the comments, man. We're always open to doing that. But like OG said, man, if you don't mind tapping that subscribe button, hitting that like button, man, and following us on all of our social media platforms, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, X/Twitter, and of course YouTube. We post the clips all the time on those social medias. So go ahead, look out, and go follow us on our social medias. And as always, for my guy, my dog, my uncle, and the man we call Triple OG, aka the Generalizer, Triple OG Tone. You know what? I'll take the love. From our expert analyst when it comes to football, basketball. Nobody breaks the game down better than our expert analyst killer, Kyson. Appreciate you, my dog. Appreciate you, my boy. And of course, for my dog, my boy, David Largo, aka D-Lo, aka Flip Say Less. He had to go get his little beauty sleep in. So shout out to D-Lo. He can't, I know it's late, so he came on with us for a few minutes.
Counting sheep
Yours
right
truly.
now.
Huh?
So he's counting sheep right now.
Oh boy, he out like a light. Yours truly, Jamal Gumo, aka Gumball, aka Mr. You know Gumo. It is nice to be important. Shout out Jesse, shout out John, shout out Papa Dano for all commenting on the show tonight, man. Appreciate y'all watching. Again, be on the lookout. We'll be back reacting to one of these games this week, and hopefully
all of our teams get a dub.
I like it. If all our teams get a win, we all come on here happy. I like it. Now, again, for my team to win, I think Jesus might have to come down by himself and touch, and just give the Son the powers. But we'll see. We'll see. But as always, it is nice to be important, but it is much more important to be nice. We will be back this week reacting to one of these first round playoff games. Be safe. I love you. Don't do dumb.